It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him.
It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism.
What he means by pessimism is resistance. And that's what COINTELPRO was all about, stopping the resistance.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change.
We hide it in plain sight. One of Plato's greatest works was the allegory of the cave. I feel in order to understand the political matrix, we need only to look into this allegory. We first have to open our minds to the possibility everything is not as it seems. That things we've always known to be truth may be lies. For if we can't perceive the lies we've ingested, we can't see the bars on our mental conditioning. For that is how you walk out of the cave and see the political matrix.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, everybody. We here. Sorry if my light is a little bit bright. It'll have to do. And starting off the show the right way is myself and the lovely Tia.
Yeah. I don't even know if it was right. It was super right. I was in this bitch. I was holding out. I was like, huh.
Yo,
Early.
Till beat me. It was me who was dragging ass. So if y'all mad for sitting around, you only point fingers in one direction. My bad, y'all.
What's up, y'all? I'm happy everybody's here. Hey, y'all.
All right, so we got some interesting topics. Of course, we can get everything that we talk about into the title, because I always say most of the real heart of the show is those two words and more. I don't think I put that on the title this time, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. Of course, we got to talk about that Minnesota shooter thing. That happened, honestly, like my mom sent it to me. I want to say right after the show or something. I don't know if it happened on, was it Monday or the next day? And I'm like, damn, I wish we would have talked about. Well, honestly, I'm glad that we had a whole week to be able to get around to kind of hear more things.
Mm-hmm.
Send me down a couple of rabbit holes where there's a bunch of connective tissues to different things that I do want to talk about. I mean, and in various different directions. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but we got to talk about these church leaders arrested and the stuff going on.
Money.
And then, like me and Till talked about last week, this population decline stuff. I feel it's a good day to talk about that. Of course, there's more topics to get into, but before we get into all of that, how are you doing today, Teal? How's your week going?
I'm actually doing okay. So I guess we can talk. Let's talk about some cool stuff before we get into like real political stuff. So we can just give our viewers a little buffer. So many of you know I work for the state now. You know, a big girl job and shit. Well, I had my first encounter of skin folk that ain't kinfolk really snitched on me. So the Department of Education came and paid me a visit on Wednesday. But unbeknownst to this man who is in an office next to me and works under me, the woman at the State Department, her and I are really cool. And I have to give God all the glory for this one. So this is low-key a testimony too. So I have to give Source and God all the glory on this because he created me. Like, he just made my mom a cool ass bitch. So I have an amazing personality, y'all. People gravitate to me, as you can see. Like, people constantly gravitate to me. People love talking to me and stuff. And because of that, I ended up getting a really good relationship with the woman that runs the State Department that does like my audits and stuff. I'm not saying she's cool like that, but she treats me right. So she gave me a heads up earlier in the week that they were coming to visit. And she was like, we'll be there Wednesday. And she said, I just want to let you know, it's no complaints on the food. It's internal. And when she said that, I said, ain't that about a bitch? This fat neck, big back bitch next door His bitch ass and called the fucking state on me. So pretty much the state got called on me because I was shredding. I was shredding documents in the office. But me knowing how to do my job, I shredded everything from COVID back. So from 2015 up until COVID started, because it has to be a 3 to 5 year record keeping for HACCP and OSHA and shit like that. So I had all the paperwork. This bitch ass motherfucker just didn't know. So he called them and snitched on them to me and was like, she's out here shredding up documents and this and third. So when they came, I showed them that nothing was messed up and nothing was wrong. And we kept it fucking pushing. But now I can't work with this fat neck motherfucker. He gotta go. He gotta go. Fat neck bitch. I've been so mad at him so all week. I've been so pissed off. Marcus, I've been hating this man all week, bro. From Monday to the Wednesday they came until Friday. Like I could not stand him. But besides that, everything else is good. Everything's cool at work. You know what I'm saying? When my little boo things came back to Virginia, I got to see him. Yeah, it's just life is lifing. That's all, in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Just busy as usual. You know, working these long hours. You know, becoming an office person.
Okay, administration's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Some days I'm like, I do miss just, you know, working with my hands, because this is like a right-handed person having to use their left hand all the time now. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, for your old heads, the movie people who remember watching Rocky 3 when he fight against Clubber Lang, and he like, we're going to switch you, so you got to use the other hand. Or no, one of the Rocky ones, when they make him switch from being a southpaw to fighting orthodox. And that's what I feel like, having to only use my left hand. Or, you know, y'all athletes, y'all play basketball, forcing you to use the weak hand. And this is what it feels like every day for months. So I think I'm keeping up, but it's definitely a challenge. So that's kind of how my stuff is going. I'm trying to get back in the swing of getting back in shape and all that too. I keep getting fatter as the days go on, but I'll be all right. I'll live. And you know, that's it. Shout out to the chat. I see Chamonique is in the building.
Hey, Chamonique.
And like I say, y'all throw stuff in the chat, which y'all been hearing about that we haven't hopped onto, because it's hard when you're putting the show together a lot of times to think about what's all the crap I heard all week long that I'm meaning to talk about. And if I don't put it into a folder right away, it's easy to forget it. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you. Shout out Abundance Protocol. But yeah, I've been abreast of all these situations. It feels like, honestly, that shooter thing has kind of took up a lot of oxygen on things, and then there's other stuff that I'll kind of tangentially talk about. I won't go into deeply, but kind of want to do some updates on stuff. They still bombing the hell out of Gaza, and right now Netanyahu is kind of like pissed off a little bit of the right wing. It seemed like it's like watching a slow motion car accident. We're seeing the damage. There's no way to really stop what's happening. And for me, I feel like I'm just now seeing that people understand the realization and the gravity of the situation. It's kind of like, you know, an ant doesn't have any power over you stepping on it. And that's the situation. We don't have any power in stopping this. My heart goes out to the people who are protesting and trying to boycott and trying to do this and do that and whatever. But now they're going into Gaza City. They're declaring it a whole combat zone. And it looks like they're going to accomplish their mission of just obliterating everything. Because the only way that they're going to be stopped is it would have to be China. And the reason why I say it'd have to be China, it's not going to be Russia. Russia, for one, involved in their own stuff that they have to deal with. For two, they're kind of straddling both sides of the fence. So, in one respect, they don't like what Israel's doing, but at the same time, they got a lot of dual citizens, Israeli, Russian, who, you know, on one side are funding them, on another side are citizens of Israel also. And one thing which you got to understand about Russians is, even if they don't really necessarily on the same board with their people, they don't want to see any kind of harm come to hundreds of thousands of Russians. And so that's how I see it as far as Putin. He know Israel's in the wrong. He don't really want to go at them all the way, because in his heart, he still sees them as Russians. And I think in his heart of hearts, he hopes that they'll come back. That could be my naive way of thinking about it, but that's just my thoughts on that. That topic in particular. I don't know, Teal, what's your thoughts on that?
I feel sad for these people.
Yeah.
Like, they're really getting obliterated, and like they ain't got no way. Like, it's really, y'all really watching a bully be a bully. Like you watch it every day. You go to high school and you watching the nerd with the glasses and the tape and stuff get his head bashed into the locker before science class every day. And then bell rings, and then he gets beat up before PE. And then the bell rings, and then he gets beat up at PE during the kickball game. And then he get beat up before lunch, to the point that he doesn't even get lunch, because they're starving these people too.
Yeah.
Like, you know how hard it is to. I want everybody to think it like this. You know damn well you got to go to the grocery store every day. What if every time you think you was going to Target, somebody just let off a Draco? Every time you go to Target, as soon as you get to the Target parking lot, niggas is shooting at the doors of Target into the parking lot. That's exactly what these people are doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're dealing with. Every time you pull in the Walmart parking lot, there's people at the fucking doors of Walmart parking lot saying, "Thank you, welcome to Walmart," and they're shooting you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
That's what's happening right now. Every time you go to the gas station, you think you finna walk in there and get that fucking Red Bull and some goddamn chicharrones. Because that's what I got today. Shooting at the fucking gas pump, bitch. Like, you can't get no gas. You can't get your chicharrones or your Red Bull today. But you getting shot at. You might catch a bullet. And then on top of that, it gets better. It gets better. I talked to Steve about this last week. I was waiting for you to say some shit about this.
Mm-hmm. They
blew up that fucking hospital, then blew it up a second time when they was getting. What the fuck? What the fuck kind of shit is that? Y'all watch them double tap, and then they get on Twitter like that's where you're supposed to apologize at a national level. They got on Twitter and said, "My bad, y'all. My bad. It was a mishap." They literally used the word a mishap. Let me tell you something. I work for the state. If I don't feed a kid, it's not a fucking mishap. Yeah. I don't get to say, "Oh, it was a mishap. I missed that kid. They didn't get the lunch on Tuesday." That's one day out of 286 days that kid didn't eat. I can lose my job.
Mm-hmm.
But you telling me an entire country can kill everybody, 20 people, but nevertheless, but then bomb it again so that people can't get help. They blew the bitch up, heard that they was fucking sending ambulances, and started popping their asses off too. That's insane. And then on the back end go, "Oh, my bad. Sorry, y'all. We ain't mean to do it twice."
No.
First time's an accident. Second time is intent. I was raised by 2 Marines, and that's what I was taught. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't have a friendly fire double tap. Oh, the gun could go off one time, but when you fire another round in the same spot, you meant to do that.
Bro.
And that's the situation here. I mean, 17 minutes later. So it'd be one thing if it was a boom, boom. No, 17 minutes later, you waited until EMS showed up. You waited till people who came in to provide them aid to kill them also. That's one of the most evil things you could possibly do. So you want to kill the people who are providing medical assistance.
Yes. To the people that need it. So now you can't what happened in the United States where it was like that? Wasn't that with California fires or some shit?
Or what?
No. That's what that shooter did. That shooter shot somebody, waited to hear them call the EMS, and then started shooting the EMS. That's what it was. Didn't that happen out west, Minnesota, Montana, some Yellowstone Mountain? It happened a couple months ago.
There's so much crazy stuff that happened out here. There's
But yeah,
so much.
couple months ago, white dude did that. White dude did that. Started shooting people, waited for them to call the people, waiting for the people to get called, and then ran it back, and then started shooting the EMS people. Like what?
Because in some of my research that I'm doing, when I'm seeing stuff, I'm like, that happened? Wait a minute. Oh, I did briefly remember this, and it's like different stuff where I'm seeing it, and I'm like, I kind of vaguely remember this. I mean, because so much stuff's happening out here on a regular. And the crazy part about it is the only reason why they even apologize, because you know this is their intent. This is kind of Israel's MO.
Yeah.
If they get caught up in something, they're gonna blame it on somebody else instantly. That's the first thing. If that doesn't work and they're still heating pressure, then eventually they might say, well, we'll do an inquiry to see what happened. And then if you say, well, what was the results in the inquiry? What happened? Well, it looks like this might have been an accident. Then you're like, bullshit, it's not an accident. We could tell this and this and that. Well, it was a rogue actor within, it was one Israeli troop who just didn't follow orders. And so they're always going to make an excuse and never own up to anything they do. Honestly, I feel like this is why PR-wise that they're struggling so badly right now. They don't realize part of PR is you kind of got to give a little. If you admit a little bit of fault here and there, then people can kind of take you a little bit believable when you say something. But since they will not take responsibility for anything, you can't believe them on anything. And it's crazy because it's like this doesn't click in their brain at all. That they don't get why nobody believes them. Because you guys do nothing but lie. You have taken credibility and burned it past any possibility. You just I'm going to destroy every ounce of credibility I have on every topic. And so that's what I see in a sense. At least on them. And you hear also that they firebombed the Houthis also. They took Houthi leadership. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They took out most of the Houthi leadership. So that's just another thing on with them. And shout out Yonina. Yes. Happy Labor Day, everybody. But something else that I was seeing is like, and I had somebody explain something. I don't know if I talked about this last week or not. If I did, my apologies if I bring this up twice. But they were explaining something with the Russia-Ukraine thing that I think that in my mind I know this, but it's like hard for me to comprehend this. So bear with me a little bit, too.
Okay.
The Europeans, from all the little BS stuff that they've been doing to Russia over the past 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll say over the past 30 years. We can go all the way back to Boris Yeltsin. All the stuff that they've been doing, they believed that they were weakening Russia enough that they could collapse the empire completely.
Whose empire?
The Russian Empire, kind of like they did with the USSR.
Who the fuck they think they is?
NATO believed it. They like and I was.
That's what I'm trying to add. Like who the fuck?
I was listening to dang it, why come I can't remember his name? Damn it! It's frustrating me. I can't remember his name. He had somebody on his channel. Damn it! Used to be a former cop. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh boy, that does the Mr. Kendall out in Colorado.
No. Garland Nixon. That's what I was watching. Garland Nixon.
And he said that he thinks that NATO
No, no, the lady he had on.
Oh, she thought.
She's a British lady who's over there and covers a lot of the NATO type stuff.
She's an idiot.
So they really believed that they weakened Russia enough, and that was with the whole Maidan coup and all that stuff that happened. And with Ukraine, they really thought all of these events, Jati Brar, that might have been. Let me look and see if that's her. That might have been her. I don't remember the lady's name, but she was going into and she laid out a really strong argument, and I was like, you know what? Yep, you're right. That's who it is. That's exactly who it is. Thanks, Chris H. And she laid out a compelling argument. And she laid out a compelling argument on a couple of different fronts. I look at it like anybody who's a socialist, communist, or whatever, y'all want somebody to argue y'all point, that's the best person y'all got in the camp. I mean, because there's stuff I disagree with what she's saying, but I'm like, she lay out their argument better than anybody else out there. People talking about Caleb Maupin and all. No. Go to her. She's y'all champion that you need to have out in front. But anyway, what she was going into was talking about the efforts that NATO has went through to try to weaken Russia. They thought the sanctions and all this stuff was going to work. And in their heart of hearts, in their mind, they believed that they had them just right there. And if they can assist Ukraine enough, they can get enough weapons in there, sneak some troops in there, some black ops, do all this different stuff, do destabilization, color revolutions inside the country also at the same time. They were almost there. That's what they believed. But, and I was like, why do they, because my mindset is some of this goes back to some of the powers that be have a deep grudge against Russia, going back to when some of them, the apple juices, was kicked out. And for me, it went there, but I never went much deeper than that. I always felt like that was one of the motivating factors. But the other motivating factor, which I realize, is because they have not taken care of their countries over there, and because so many of them are dependent or were dependent on Russian natural gas and oil, and then also the other ones who aren't, they're dependent on oil from Libya and all these other countries. If they could knock over Russia, then they could exploit Russia for all its resources and have all the resources they would need to supply all of those European nations and kind of bail them out of all their horrible mismanagement of their European countries over this time. And I was like, that's a motive like a motherfucker right there. I don't know. What's your thoughts, too?
I really wish white people mind their business.
Oh my God.
I'm going to die on that hill, y'all. I don't care. That's the hill I'm always die on. Damn, why can't white people just mind their business? Why can't white people just run out the house?
So much could be handled if they did that. Oh my! The world would go into instant peace.
Look, do y'all want world peace? Tell white people to mind their business. I say that to say this. I have a new joke. You ready for my new joke? My brother gave it to me. So my brother's going into a pizza place to go get his pizza and his vape or whatever. By the way, y'all get on my brother's ass. Tell him to fucking quit smoking vapes. Anyway, so he comes back out. He goes, "Oh, sis, I just sent you a picture of this cool ass lizard." He sends me a picture of this fucking lizard. Lizard looks scared as a bitch. Okay? And I giggled to myself. This is about the second time I've had this thought cross my mind. And he goes, "What you laughing about, sis?" I said, "It's the fact that lizard was sitting there minding his business, not bothering nobody. Here you come throwing a camera in his goddamn face. Talking about some, hey, let me take a picture of you." That motherfucker looks scared as hell. Made me think about this time I went for a walk with this hippie girl. We walking in the park with this hippie girl. There's a turtle crossing the gravel. This bitch runs up to the turtle, puts a camera in the goddamn turtle's face, takes a whole bunch of pictures, picks this motherfucker up, and moves him to the other side of the gravel over by the river. We walk off, and I giggled to myself, and I said, "Damn, I wonder how he felt." She goes, "Who?" I said, "The turtle." I said that nigga could have been on his way to go get some turtle coochie. And you just fucked up his whole day. What if he had to go pick up his turtle kids? Okay. Now he called his baby mama. He go, Tyreeka, I can't make it. You know what, Tyrone? I'm not fucking with you no more. This is the third weekend you were supposed to come get these kids. Bitch, a giant came and picked me up and moved me across town. What? How's Tyreeka gonna believe that? You think she gonna believe that a giant came and picked him up? No. Leave shit alone. Leave well enough alone. We think we helping all the fucking time. We're not. We're not helping. If you can't help yourself, don't help nobody else. That's the end of my rant.
Or just to add on to that, what if she was taking him over? He was running away from the water because there was a predator over there.
What? Okay, now he got yoked up by an eagle. We don't even know. I don't even know what happened to Tyrone. Shout out Tyrone the turtle. I hope you're still doing good and you ain't on child support.
You done took this man to his death. This tortoise to his death.
Hello?
Trying to help. Like I saw this one. It was showing this lady and she had what was it? Not, I don't know. It's like some kind of like a squirrel, flying squirrel, and she got like 4 or 5 of them in her house. And this one squirrel is trying to get up and go somewhere else, and this bitch would not leave him alone. It's like you've already imprisoned this little sucker, and now you're trying to force him to be on camera, and he don't want to be on camera. You want to go do whatever the hell else little flying squirrels want to do. Leave him the fuck alone. What up? Says good day, Marcus and Voodoo Child.
What's up?
Till Tyrone the Turtle could be a whole. It really could.
Who, Tyrone the Turtle? Tyrone the Turtle and his baby mama Tyreeka? I instantly thought about that because I was like, what if that's a black turtle? I don't know why all animals instantly go black. I just feel that we have stricter rules on as humans, as black people. We just have stricter rules and shit. And I was just thinking like, damn, what if this turtle got kids? Mm-hmm. What if he was supposed to pick his kids up today? And now you're trying to sit here and say, that turtle. No, the fuck he not. That bitch gonna put him on child support. Now he got a child support case because you want to pick him up.
Shoot, he might already be on child support now. Now he about to go to the judge and get garnished.
That's what I'm saying. You done jacked this nigga. What if he was on his way to work? Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. What if he's on his way to work? That was his 3rd strike, y'all.
Now he getting fired.
Now he getting fired because of a giant. His boss not even gonna believe the giant story. Tyrone, you told me that last time. I'm so serious. The giant can't pick me up, put me by the pond, bro.
You're always behind gathering your foliage. Now what's your excuse?
Now what's your excuse, Tyrone? The giant. Oh, a giant. Okay, yeah, giant.
And all of them over there laughing. Oh, a giant.
Exactly. Pack your shit up. Get the fuck out the office, bro. You gotta go. It's just terrible. Because you can't mind your own fucking business. You're not always helping, y'all. I'm just saying, you're not always helping.
Not always helping.
No.
Another update. Y'all remember I remember Amanda Seale did the 20v1 against black conservatives.
And I thought apple juice was good. Ooh.
And y'all, it's just so funny. Remember the one who was like, well, black people, they love to work. They don't want no handouts. Y'all remember him?
Mm-hmm. He on welfare, ain't he?
He was a teacher.
Oh, you definitely on welfare. I know how fucking hard it is.
A teacher in Florida. He said because of his views, he's been forced to resign from his teaching career.
Damn, that means he taught at an all-black school in Florida.
Oh, that's what it was. He's talking about it's all these black liberals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so guess what he decides to do? Basically start a GoFundMe.
A handout.
Yeah, so you're gonna start a handout. He one handout, but
baby, I can't even say this fast. That's funny.
That's so hilarious. And then the funny thing about it, he's asking for $5,000, right? You know how much money he's raised?
$5.
Oh, he got a little bit more.
500.
He got $239.
I hope everybody put like some type of funny underneath it. Each time that they like give him some money, I hope somebody puts like a wild ass note like, yeah, pre-reparations or some shit. I would.
See, he got out there trying to clown and act this way. And then what happens is he really thought, oh, well, the rest of the conservatives, they're going to back me up.
No, that's the whole point. They're conservatives. They don't give a fuck about you. They never gave a fuck about you.
Now
I'm confused.
Now, the ones who would fund him, if he was on some like what was it, the Daniel Penny type shit? Daniel Penny, oh yeah, we can shell money out to you. Remember the white lady who got in trouble with her racist rant against a 5-year-old?
Yeah, she called a 5-year-old.
We get money for her, but now you about to find out. It don't work the same way in the whole conservative community. I can tell you, every one of these black conservatives, let shit go wrong for them, there is not going to be a single person lining up to help their ass. Because what you don't realize is you shitting on your own community. And these black conservatives, they only want you there to be a mouthpiece for them. They don't really like you. You're not really in the club. That's the thing.
They don't know that. They don't know that. They think they is. They think we all cool. You know, we all fam in the club. No, we're not. We're not all fam in the club at all.
I'm not saying, and I'm not even speaking that for all Republicans. I'm not even saying that. Maybe some of them, if it was under some different circumstances, maybe. But specifically, conservatives, nah. Conservatives ain't about to do nothing for the black conservatives. So you better go call Byron Donalds or one of them, see if they can help you out. Because and Nick Fuentes sat there and told him that basically, you know, we're tired of you guys just being the mouthpiece. We don't really need any more of those. That day is over with. That grift is over. So I don't know. He'll figure it out the hard way, and then try to.
I don't know who you thought was gonna help you.
I mean, hey, you better follow the lead of Amazing Lucas.
But who did he think was gonna come help him?
He figured out real quick. Got his wake up call.
You dumb. You're a dummy.
Yeah, but I just thought that was a funny update. Also, what other updates? With the parents out here that got arrested, I didn't realize there's a whole nother story. A dude who killed like his 3 daughters. I don't know what's going on with people.
What?
I don't know what's going on. I don't even know why people are not talking about this story. But it's a dude out there who took out his 3 daughters. Let me see if I can find it. I was like, why are we not talking about that?
Why aren't we talking about that?
Says, hold on. DNA evidence links to Travis Decker to murder of daughters. As manhunt of Travis Decker, a father accused of killing his 3 daughters near Washington State campground, reaches the 1-month mark. DNA found at the scene of the crime now links the murders to the fugitive father, according to the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. Peyton Decker, 9, Evelyn Decker, 8, and Olivia Decker, 5, were killed after they left home from a planned visitation. Decker on May 30th, and were found dead near the Rock Island campground in Chelan County, Washington, on June 2nd, according to police.
Jesus.
I'm like, how are we not talking about this? Now, I get it, the baby, and people are sensitive to babies. I feel like I'm sensitive to all the innocent life being extinguished. All of it. But, and for them, okay, I get the lie and all that, but you got them in custody. They ain't going nowhere. This dude is an active manhunt for him. He needs to be plastered over everywhere so we can find this dude. I don't get how we're not talking about that. That's
But they also.
Let me see if I can find a picture of him and bring him up. That way, in case y'all see him roaming through y'all area, Y'all need to report his ass.
It's so sad.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've been saying for a while that things are gonna get darker, and I just not knowing what the darker is going to be. And let me put it on the screen. Please, Lord, let my internet be all right. See,
But it's just like, what the fuck kind of shit is y'all letting y'all just let these type of motherfuckers like,
yeah,
and it's just
here it is. See, published. This story's from August 30th. Feds, local officials make first major discovery in nationwide hunt for fugitive dad and Army veteran Travis Decker. Let's see, what is this showing? Now, I mean, I support my veterans, but when we're wrong, we're wrong. I don't support anybody when we're in the wrong. Sorry. We'll skip through this commercial and see. But when people are wrong, the only way we root out this horrific stuff is as a community, as a whole, we have to all stand up against this kind of crap. And so it can't
bring public executions back.
I mean, we can't be turning a blind eye to this kind of crap. Oh,
bring public executions back. And motherfuckers keep thinking, y'all heard what the hell I said. I bet you if we brought public execution back,
this is
a lot
police.
of shit wouldn't be shaking.
This is police dash cam talking to him right before, it all went down. So that's him right there to the right.
I was just told her Trevor went the wrong way and is now coming from Maniac, so I'll be clear. She's been advised she can't drive.
So I guess what it was an alleged some kind of traffic accident. Let me see if I had a picture of him. There he is.
That motherfucker look crazy. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. That's him right there, and these are the three little girls. I just don't get how this is not. I mean, granted, it's still, innocent until proven guilty. But this dude at least need to be tracked down, so we can at least figure out. And hey, what the hell is going on? But I don't know. I saw that story kind of at the same time, and I was like, why the hell ain't nobody even talking about this? Why am I not hearing about this at all anywhere? It just turned my stomach to see that. Shout out Lainey. I see Lainey's in the building. Always good to see you. I gotta make sure to get you back on the show at some point. I would definitely enjoy that. But anyway, those stories out of the way. I honestly think that we should just hop straight into this shooter. Get this really horrific stuff out of the way. As you all know, what was it? The Annunciation Catholic School, where this cowardly individual decided to go and shoot up the school. That's the premise for it. I guess, Till, anything you want to say before we start going a little deeper into this? Because any layers of the story that I've seen.
I'm pretty, I'm good. I'm really good on the continuous, like, back-to-back mass shootings. I'm really good on people doing this whole in these school shoot, like why? Now, granted, we're gonna get to like the why that location, XYZ, and all this other shit. But it's just two things like why you nigga, I'm just letting you know, let my kid have to experience some trauma like that. Oh, I'm in your ass. I'm in your ass, boy. You ain't gonna be able to get. You ain't even gonna be able to get me up off of you. I'm trying to tell you, you're not gonna be able to get me up off of you. My child had the experience watching a kid get one of their classmates get clipped, or even having to hear gunfire. Like this shit is too much. And now it's gonna sound. I'm gonna sound like a real conservative now because I noticed that everything I keep saying is like what conservatives were saying, just a little less racist. I'm never living down my racist told. Somebody told me I was racist. I'm gonna live up to it. But like, I sound like a conservative because it's like, damn, where are the gun rights? Like, for instance, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't have one of my charges expunged for being found as a pothead with a little bit of weed on me, I wouldn't be able to have a concealed carry right now. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a drug charge and carry a gun. Okay, so y'all got that, but y'all not letting me know that you can't be crazy and carry a gun? Exactly my point. But then in the second hand, you know, you might have a crisis and you might call the suicide hotline. I don't know what's going on in your life, but that automatically disqualifies you from having a weapon as well. Seeking the help to get fixed, you can't have a gun. They immediately say, oh, well, you wanted to get some help from an outside source. You couldn't fix it yourself. We can't give you a gun. Or in another weird world, oh, you smoke weed to self-medicate so you don't go crazy? You can't have a gun. But these motherfuckers can. Anybody. You telling me these motherfuckers can just pop off a gun and then they popping off babies? I ain't never raised my pistol to nobody that didn't need to get taken out, and they were all 21 and up. It had to be a real wild point for me to even have to touch my pistol out the holster. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you telling me this motherfucker woke up one day, wrote a whole fucking diary entry, and decided to clap some kids? Not even the person that he should have been clapping.
Yeah.
But you telling me I can't have a gun? I got a little, might have a little Asperger, little autism. You can't have a gun. Get caught with a blunt. You can't have a gun. Child molesters can have guns though. They can get their rights revisited. Did you know that? They can petition to get their rights back. And you know what? Now a chomo got a gun. All because what? Oh, it wasn't a drug charge. I didn't use a gun in the commission of my felony. So I can get my gun rights back. Y'all got me fucked up. That's all.
No.
I'm off my gun right. My gun right.
I'm starting a couple of comments to come back to them because I definitely do want to add them into the conversation. When looking into this is the one thing I'd say just from me as a person to person. If you want to end your life,
do you?
No problem with that in your life. If you have beef with an individual, go deal with that person to person and handle that. If it gets to physical, hands to hands and feet to
fisticuffs,
or
it is what it is, baby.
Even escalate more than that. Handle the issue between the people you have an issue with. Why do you need to bring other people into your problem? These kids had nothing to do with you. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with what some of the motives from his what is it called?
Manifesto.
Manifesto. That's the word I'm looking for. In his manifesto, some of the stuff that he puts in there is about his transitioning. He was part of the trans community. And some of that, what I'm hearing is him feeling that he was forced to transition from his mother who worked at that school. Now, your issues with your mother. You could even say your issue is with school administrators. There's other ways to go about it. And even and I'm not condoning. I want to make sure I clarify this. I'm not condoning that he go and take firearm action to his mother or to these other people who are officials in the school or in the Catholic Church or religion in general. But take the problem to the people you have a problem with.
Nah. Don't do that.
you're gonna take out some little babies and then take yourself out. That doesn't make any sense. But that's looking at that from just the straight on lens. Now, if I
Can I hold on, before we get a little too far into that?
Okay, all right.
Okay, let's start breaking these. I just like to break them in subsections. Okay, so first off, you telling me somebody is upset with their transition. They're not happy with how it turned out. Okay, let's start there. Have us as the quote unquote transphobic, as the oh my god, you're not letting people be who they want to be. People, we try to fucking tell y'all this is a sickness. This is not gay. This is not lesbianism. This ain't one of those. This is really one of those when you got to get an old mother from an old Kojic Pentecostal church to pray the demon away, because that's a sickness, bro. I don't care what nobody says. And I hate to put my personal shit into it, but let me tell you a quick story. I had a girlfriend at the time. That bitch went on deployment, started taking testosterone, and didn't tell me. When she came back from deployment, she let me know that she was transitioning. I completely dropped her like the baddest habit that I ever could drop. Okay? That bitch went, got her titties cut off. And I keep saying bitch because that's what she fucking is. She got a coochie at the end of the day. She went and got her titties chopped off, thought she was a man, turned around, got married to a man that likes boys, but that's not a real boy. And then they had a baby. Now she's raising a son as a two-father household. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. That's a fucking sickness. That's a sickness. Because at the end of the day, you know how much trigonometry you got to do to figure out that this is literally just a man and a woman having a baby?
Yeah.
Y'all done got the Pythagorean theorem. I done went to each corner of this motherfucking triangle to flip it around and get the radius of something that's not even round just for you to have a baby? Like, what kind of shit is that? That's a sickness, bro. That's a sickness. Every time you got one of these trans people out here fucking shooting some shit up, they immediately go, no, it's not the trans identity part. No, it literally is that part that drove them crazy. Because they were crazy already. They just kept getting more crazier. Instead of you fucking fixing the problem, like you might be depressed, little one. Let's put you on some Zoloft. No, cut their dick off. That might make them feel better. What? No, it didn't. It didn't work. Motherfucker's still crazy.
Yeah.
The end. That's the end of that rant right there. Yeah. And then you let these crazy motherfuckers get guns. Huh. Don't get me started back on that.
No, I've long vehemently believed that we have a mental health crisis in this country. It's not that your sexuality is this and that. No, it's just there's a lot of people who got a lot of mental health issues going on, and nobody wants to address it. Everybody just wants to just go with it. Like that story, like we kind of laughed about it a little bit last week about the guy who thought he was a wolf, who identified as a wolf and went into a wolf pack and they mauled his ass up.
You dumb bitch. Oh my god. You know what? You deserve that, sir.
Yeah. I brought that one up last week.
Shit. Oh my god. Go ahead. Sorry, Mark. I'm gonna mute because I gotta laugh about that for a couple of seconds.
It's a lot of people with some mental health going on. And we're just like, no, it's okay, little Timmy. You can be a centaur if you want to. You're not a centaur. You're not a cat. You're not a mermaid. You're not any of this stuff. You're a human being. Now, could you be a man who's gay? Could you be a woman who likes women who's a lesbian? Yes, it's possible. Yes, okay. But where I kind of draw the line and where I have an issue is when people start chopping on themselves and medications and all that to change themselves. Now, if you're an adult, it is your prerogative to do whatever you feel like doing as long as you're not harming somebody. If you're over 18, over 21, and you decide, you know what, I'm a man, I want to chop things off and then get implants and do that. Hey, if you're not hurting nobody, that's your business. It doesn't matter who likes it. It doesn't matter who so-called condones it. It's your life. Do your life. But my problem is when they're taking some of these psychotropic drugs as teenagers. Your mind as a teenager is already volatile. You already have all these emotions and chemical things going on. Then you're going to add more chemicals in to mess with your mind even more when you're at probably your most insecure state. this I feel like leads to this crazy psychosis, and I would say the internet also. I used to really kind of like laugh at people who would say, "Oh, the internet is making people crazy and this and that." No, actually is. I mean, I kind of went through a little rabbit hole on some of these shooters, and I'm seeing a common through line. The common through line is they find a certain, I don't know, I'm not gonna name a specific one, but they'll name some small community they get into, whether it starts in the gaming community or whether it's this group chat that they get into. And now there's so many different avenues they can go to set up these group chats and forums. And people are getting into these small subcultures and building their own realities, these toxic realities. And it's pushing them to these breaking points where they do something horrific. And this is something that we need to start looking at. I mean, I just looked at a story not that long ago about a kid who his parents are blaming ChatGPT for his suicide because they thought he was just using it for homework. No, he was talking to it, having conversations. It was actually giving him advice on how to hide rope marks and stuff on his neck. It wasn't just routing him to a hotline or notifying anybody. He was like, well, I even walked in front of my mom with my neck exposed so she could see the rope marks and she didn't notice. So obviously they don't care about me. The internet is helping magnify and increase this
mental illness.
Mental illness, yes.
Because AI wants to kill us on the sneak. And what better way to get volatile humans that ain't about shit to continue to do ain't about shit stuff? Like, I ain't trying to be funny, but like, all these people did all these many. I just want to bring this part up. All these people did all these. Remember when them self-test assessments was popping? And like, right before COVID came, you could always pop online and they'd be like a self-test, like emotional intelligence or dark psychology, da 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 da. And then the word, like, you know what I'm saying, narcissist. All these good ass terms that motherfuckers never heard about. Are you a narcissist? Take this test. Are you mentally ill? Are you take this test? Are you suicidal? Remember that? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Y'all fed ChatGPT all the shit they needed to tell you how to off yourself. You've given ChatGPT all the ammo it needed to fulfill the things in your brain to give you the logic, to give you the acceptance that humans won't give you, because humans will tell you that's a dumbass thing to do. You don't want to listen to your friend because they fucking tell you all the mean things. They mean because they care about your stupid ass. At least I am. I'm gonna tell you stupid. That sounds dumb. That's dumb. That's stupid. Don't do that.
Like kind of on a funny tip on a darker subject. I saw something. This girl was talking about George W. Bush and like the damage that he did with the No Child Left Behind.
Oh my God! Talk about it.
How we have a population now of a lot of people who don't have cognitive skills, who don't know how to problem solve, who don't know how to rationally think within the realm of the things that they need to handle themselves. And it's leading them to be loud, proud, and ignorant. And that ignorance is dangerous. And this is what's leading more and more of this weak-mindedness. And so when you believed in something so hardcore, and then all of a sudden you don't have anything else, when that falters, it leaves you in this limbo of feeling worthless. And a lot of these people, their worthlessness becomes dangerous to others. Like I saw Chris H was saying to blame it on trans is, he said to blame it on trans thing is limited though. Yeah, I'm not blaming it all on trans. I'm saying that trans had to do with the mental illness this person was having. Because this is the same thing with that shooter. Can't remember, was he in Norway? Yeah, in Norway, I believe. The same thing. This guy, he went through all of these different identity crises. Then he jumped into the whole white nationalism thing, and then found the manifesto of the Christchurch shooter, and then went down that route, trying to go to a mosque and kill those people. And he got into this white replacement theology going through 4chan and 8chan and all this stuff like that. And, you know, that's what I'm saying. The internet and these small pockets pushing these toxic ideologies. And I mean, it's not only that. I mean, it's toxic in there's many toxic ideologies in many different ways. I mean, there's cults and all this other stuff, but some of these are encouraging people to do harm to others. We talked about that one group. I can't remember. It's some number group, and they get kids in other places to do swatting and all this other stuff to get them to harm other people in other places. And this is being perpetrated through the internet and causing a lot of these things, and it's not being dealt with. I mean, Meta is on the hook for a lot of this stuff. This is where
not
nipping this stuff in the bud.
Yeah, they're not doing shit about it. And I need Meta to like tighten the fuck up. Like, y'all motherfuckers get the banning me over the stupidest shit, but y'all don't ever catch these niggas.
You know, the Christchurch shooting was streamed on Meta.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But I get banned. Oh, I hate Meta so bad. Y'all worried about the wrong niggas, man. I worry about myself. I probably in the epitome of world peace. I mind the business that pays me.
Oh, Chris H. Oh, that's right. Chris H. is Canadian. So let me explain the No Child Left Behind thing.
Oh no, let me explain it. I work in the district.
That's right.
This shit ruined this district.
You in education, but actually, I was going through college for education at the same time, also. But go ahead.
So, from what I've seen, the damage of No Child Left Behind has completely altered Petersburg as a whole city. There are people I'm currently trying to teach computer literacy at the age of 55 to 68. There are 40-year-olds that can't open up Gmail. Okay? That's simple shit. Can't send an email. They don't understand what the reply all or reply to means. They don't know how to attach documents to an email at all. Now, let's even go even further back. Kids that I went to school with do not need to be out in the public, to be honest. No Child Left Behind means they let any kid, no matter if you got a fucking F average, as long as you were in the 5th grade, you go into the 6th grade. You just a little retarded. That's it. They don't do nothing about it. They don't help you. They don't give you an IEP. They don't give you a tutor. They just push you along to the next grade until they push you out of high school. Now you're 18, 19 years old with little to no education, because it's not that the fact that you didn't go to school to get it. They failed to make sure that you comprehended anything. So there's no comprehension. So now you out in this world working at McDonald's demanding $18 an hour when I didn't went to college and I got to fucking fight for fucking minimum wage against somebody that didn't even have the opportunity. They had the same opportunity but did not take the initiative to take it and run with it. I'd rather not. So now here I am circling back around, and I'm seeing people 10, 20 years older than me that were probably 18, 19 years old during No Child Left Behind that got skirted the fuck by, and then they had babies. And then they babies got skirted the fuck by. Now those babies is having babies because now we got grandmothers that's 30 fucking 3. So yes, the shit sucks. I'm looking at old people. I literally did this on my last day of work last week, because I held a training for my managers, teaching them, this is how you open your Gmail. This is how you get to Google. You don't have to put the www dot anymore, guys. You can just put the word .com. Matter of fact, it might even auto-populate for you. Mm-hmm. This is how you print. Control F helps you find stuff. Control P lets you print. Is everybody okay so far? That's what I had to fucking do, because No Child Left Behind, George Bush retarded ass just let everybody go. Go ahead, Marcus. I'm off my soapbox.
I'll admit on some of that stuff, the control, whatever. I'm still learning on some of that stuff. Some of us just kind of grew up a little bit more analog, and when things are more hands-on. But the real problem with No Child Left Behind is what they did was they reformatted the test. Oh shoot! Here, I'm gonna mute you real quick. What they did was they reformatted the test scores, and so if they saw all of these kids weren't doing very well, they basically lowered the curve. And so, well, we get that you don't know how to spell. So, but we get what you're trying to say, so we'll just pass you along anyway. we get that you don't understand this or understand that, so we'll just kind of pass you along. And what they did is they literally took down the standard of education and kept lowering it and lowering it and lowering it. So we have a bunch of people who barely can do mathematics, who can speak can speak in conversation, but can't really write anything out, who don't know how to type anything, who have very little understanding of history, very little understanding of geography. A lot of the stuff that for the people who were 40 and up, that was just normal education, a lot of them are having to go through, these remedial classes and stuff to get into college because they don't know how to do some of the stuff they should know how to do by the time they graduate college. And that's what No Child Left Behind did. It really lowered the standards quite a bit. And so it left people with not a lot of cognitive skills. Combine that with computers and kids being able to Google everything. Also not having to remember as much stuff, because you could just save it all on your phone. You could screenshot it. You didn't have to write things down. You didn't have to try to recall or remember things. Also with a lot of the No Child Left Behind, because it focused so much on just getting kids to a certain level, you didn't have teachers in the classroom that were actually teaching, things. They were just teaching enough for you to pass the test. So a lot of the textbooks that you had in the classrooms, only a quarter of the book is even being read. A quarter of your lessons are being done because they're not teaching you very much of anything. Now, that's not every school. Some schools were different. Some schools, of course, were without No Child Left Behind, were performing ahead. But what you had is the kids who were struggling, who might have just needed to be pulled aside and a little extra instruction so that they can get it. Because it's not that all kids, it's not that the kids are stupid or something like that. Kids have different ways of learning. And if you're just trying to assembly line push these kids through and not teach and not figure out, then you're not taking the time to figure out what this kid needs to kind of learn. Some kids are visual learners. Some kids are audio. Some need both. Some need hands-on. And so you got to treat these kids like Rubik's Cubes to try to help them get across. And when they did a lot of the standardized testing, it got rid of teachers' ability to do that. Part of my in the classroom training, what I was doing was I was dealing with adult students who either dropped out of school, or were trying to get their GED or trying to go to college. And so I was working with them on all the secondary stuff that they would need to work, whether that was math, history, English, and some of the just basic stuff that they need to be able to have to get a GED or to graduate high school. Because some of them were only like 19 and they were like, oh, I'm going to go back to high school to get my diploma. And to get them to preparatory level to enter into college. And that was what one of the big things No Child Left Behind really screwed up. And that's the reason why you have a lot more kids who are graduating high school or getting to college and dropping out. They don't know what they actually want to do when they get to college. And many of them are not equipped to do it. And so what happens is, since it's so much of a learning curve, many of them get there, party for a little bit, say, screw this, drop out, and then they're saddled with tons and tons of student loan debt, which is another problem. So No Child Left Behind created so many problems. And that's just one of the bad things that George W. Bush did. Yes, at the political matrix, I agree. Social media allow for the most niche, twisted perspectives to gain traction. Cannot say this enough. There are so many smart, dumb people on the internet right now who gain massive followings. And then there's a lot of people who are intelligent, but they have massive blind spots. And because they've grown such followings, people will listen to them. And even in these areas where they don't know what they're talking about, they'll still talk about it as if they're an expert on it, and it's leading people in a very, very bad direction. One of them that I guess gets under my skin the most is Kim Iverson. She's brilliant on some areas, but she's an absolute idiot on other ones. And she doesn't have the humility to be like, you know what? I don't really know about this. Let me just shut my mouth. Because it's a hot topic, I'm going to get in and I'm going to weigh in, even though I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And it's a lot of different content creators out there who are talking about stuff that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Let's see. I wanted to cue. I saved a couple. And at any point, let me know when you want to hop back into. But I saved a couple of comments I wanted to respond to. Oh yeah, Tom said here, Bill Cooper called out this back in the day. They're coming for your guns. This is one of the things which the Christchurch shooter was his goal. He wanted to cause an uproar in America about the Second Amendment and gun rights and stuff like that. He wanted the gun rights to be taken away. That was part of his goal. And part of that is because he wanted to see America actually struggle. He wanted to see America start to fail. And his reasoning and belief is he believed that because we were helping Arabs in the Middle East, that America needs to be taken down as a nation. But that's part of some of his belief system from his manifesto, because through reading through this shooter, I had to go back and do research and start looking through some of these other mass shooters and their belief system and what motivated them. And a big chunk of it, the through line that I see more than anything is these people had some kind of problems going on at home. Those problems led them to become more isolated, more like an incel. And they got on the computer and found their community online. This kid here, for him to be from Minnesota, not be of Russian descent, but speak Cyrillic, a Russian dialect. How? This is something he learned online. He got into these group forums and chats and stuff like that, and started to develop a mindset on how he should be from what he's seeing online, and immersing himself into certain communities. The same thing which you see with the Christchurch shooter. He was a kid who grew up, he was kind of overweight. He got bullied. He watched his mother, who was dating an Aboriginal man in Australia, who treated her like crap and abused her. That led to him having some racist beliefs. He got in the gym, beefed himself up on steroids and all that, and then felt like he was tough. His father, who passed away, left him with money. He traveled around the world and then just kept immersing himself deeper and deeper and deeper into white supremacist ideology. And that's what led to him deciding to, do some of the stuff, because he got into this belief system, which we'll talk about later on, about population decline. And that belief system on population decline and the whole white genocide talk, this is what motivated him and a good chunk of some of these other shooters. Now, of course, not the Columbine and not every single one, but there's a big chunk. The Dylan Roof, that's another example of a white replacement theory. The one, I can't remember his name, which I don't need to remember his name, but the one in Buffalo, that's another example. And there's multiple ones around the world, which there's one in Turkey where
I forgot I was muted.
to do that. He was trying to do it with a bunch of knives because he wasn't able to get guns. And around the world, a lot of them have gotten into the through line is they've gotten into some internet community that has put this crap into their heads.
All right, I forgot I was muted this whole damn time. I was talking my shit. But anyway,
thanks for the question. Not only which, okay.
You said something on the lines of, what was that?
That's what I meant. Son of Clay. Thanks for the correction. Cyrillic is not a script, not a language, like so many whatever that is. I don't speak Russian. I have no clue. I will let you know.
So when
It
you
was
said something about the
writing
Russian,
Russian using Cyrillic script that they use. Okay, thanks for clarifying.
that shit working. Can you hear me, Marcus?
Yeah, I love my chat. Y'all are so freaking brilliant.
So you can learn this dialect on Duolingo. We'll start there. That's how I learned Russian. I learned Russian on Duolingo. And like it scares people anytime I start speaking conversational Russian to people. They be like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can't remember that word." Hey, if y'all can, what's that word when you speak more than one language? When you speak like a multiple languages. I speak multiple languages. It's something.
You're a linguist?
I'm a linguist. That's like the George Bush No Child Left Behind version of it. It's got a big word. It's got a big word to it. But anyway, so Russian is one of those languages that when I start speaking it, a lot of people, not just white people, but black people too, they be like, "Bitch, what? You speak Russian? That's crazy as hell." And I'm like, the things you can find online. I say all that to say this. You can find anything online. You can find, I don't know, AI doctor manifestos online. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain. These motherfucking tranny, best sexual, whatever the fuck they are, these trans people always go racist. You all ever notice that? They go extremely trans, or they go extremely alphabet mafia, and then they go extremely extremist group. What the fuck is that about? I don't understand it. And granted, at the end of the day, you being gay does not negate you being a racist piece of shit. You just a gay racist piece of shit now. Okay? But the same way that people assume that maturity is when you can walk away from a situation instead of confronting that situation, I think that's bogus. I'm a confrontational person. I feel that everything, if you feel some type of way, it should be confronted. I don't think I should walk away and, I immediately begin to be the bigger person. Same thing goes for gays and the trans movement. People automatically assume that just because they want to fucking mutilate their body, they don't want to mutilate other people. No, bitch, it starts at home. You start killing pets at your crib, and then you go out and start a fucking serial killing fucking thing. You ever notice that correlation? Motherfucker couldn't keep Fido in the house. Now he out here killing women BTK style. Okay? These gays, when it's regular level 1 gay, you eat a little cooch, do a little thing. Cool. I'm good with that. It's when we start getting to like advanced level gays, you need to start fucking worrying about it. They start chopping body parts off of themselves. You think they ain't trying to chop body parts off of other people? Crazy. Second part of that is, how the fuck do we automatically assume that just because they happy and gay and like the rainbow, they're not fucking crazy? That pisses me off too. They be like, stop picking on the gay people. No, bitch, they need to get bullied because there's something underneath there. They like to hide underneath shit. They wear wigs and makeup all the fucking time. They're hiding something. They're hiding that they're fucking psychotic and racist. So I don't understand why we automatically go, "Oh, be nice to the trans." Then their fucking manifesto come out and they the fucking grand wizard of the fucking KKK. You missed that part?
No, I did see all that stuff. That's the reason why it made me bring up this right here, which Chris H said, which this is something I also rule around because I try not to be single-minded about these things. I try to look at them in very different ways and try to look at all these different possibilities to find out, okay, if it's this way, that way, somewhere in between, is there a mixture of things? And Chris H says here, it sounds like stating the obvious, but this kind of sounds like Manchurian Candidate of some sort from the little I saw. He said too many weird things. There was a lot that was weird about this, and part of me does wonder if this kid wasn't, in a sense, groomed by people for him to do the acts that he did. As far as we know, that the algorithm is completely generated by some kind of computer formula. How do we know that somebody did not manipulate certain algorithms to get certain desired results?
That's the bruh.
And also that maybe there was some tinkering around and modifying and adding in some things to the manifesto to push other things.
Yes, because I thought this whole time, I was like, why does it look like an AI generated manifesto? And then when I looked at it and I seen that it was in some type of language that looked like Russian, I said, is this motherfucker writing Russian? It's crazy that my black ass, and yes, thank you for pulling the polyglot. I don't even know how to say it, but I think that's how you say it. Polyglot, something like that. That GLOT be fucking me up every time. But anyway, I was reading when you showed me that video and I looked at the actual like pages of the manifesto. I said, damn, this shit isn't Russian.
Yeah.
And then I made me go down a wormhole of who are your parents?
Yeah.
And you're Russian at a Catholic school in the middle of bumfuck nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
What in the KGB is going on?
Yeah.
What in the KGB did y'all activate? This is an activated cell. This is a sleeper cell. This is a sleeper cell that woke up and was like, what? They made me a trans. Fuck. Did not anticipate this to be on my mission.
Yeah. And then did you see the interview on Fox News?
No. Oh my God. I don't even watch Fox News in my house. I don't watch any news, to be honest. Shit's stressful. But anyway, to find that, and let me build up off of what you said as far as your algorithm is concerned. Because people, back to what I was saying about how everybody they put all their eggs in one basket by saying, oh, the trans people don't feel good in their bodies and they're not happy. So let's make them happy. No, bitch, that motherfucker's crazy. That's a crazy person. Get that nigga some help. Please, somebody, get this motherfucker some help. Because if you're willing to do a whole bunch of mutilation to your body, I can only imagine what your diary felt like before you got it done. You feel better now, or whatever the fuck you think. And then you get on Instagram on all these trans motherfuckers, because you following all the trans if you're doing that type of vibe. So all the vibes get up there. So they're telling you to mutilate your body. They're telling you not to feel comfortable in what God gave you. They're telling you that religion, because obviously God got you wrong. Obviously God got you fucked up, right?
That's what they believe.
That's what they believe. So why the fuck is you going back to the Catholic school that your mama worked at? Shoot that bitch. Shoot the bitch that work at the Catholic school, because that's not a part of your design. But now you mad that you done chopped off stuff? We told you to think about it.
Oh, and he didn't go that far to chop anything off. He didn't take medication. Nothing.
I understand that. He just started thinking this way, which is even crazier, because I would have gave him a little more leniency had you been on some hormone replacements or something. Because once you take that step, then your brain's all fucked up.
That's the crazy part about it. There was no hormone therapy. There was no chopping. There was no surgeries. All he did was just start growing his hair longer.
His hair out.
And then occasionally would like dress up more feminine, wearing blouses.
So you was acting like Prince.
Like, I don't even think they're like I didn't even see any pictures where he's like full on in a dress and makeup.
No. And that's why I'm like, what in the KGB? Because what in the KGB is going on?
So it's like, as far as transition, he kind of just halfway did it. Like, not even halfway. He just kind of like, he did the bare minimum.
You know how whack you got to be to just be a bare minimum ass trans? Like, goddamn, you couldn't even do the whole thing right. You out here crying? Go talk to somebody that got rid of their junk. Talk to the real ones, man.
Yeah, or go talk to the ones especially who got older and who did the whole transition and then start trying to transition back.
Yeah. Now that's the one right there. Is when they go and they come back and they go to the other side and be like, "Whoo, child, hated it."
Like, I saw one. It was kind of mind-boggling watching it, because it was somebody who was trans, and then because now that it was a woman who transitioned to being a man. And she's like, I don't really like it being a man. I mean, nobody wants to like talk and have feelings and be more emotional. And it's very kind of rough. And people are very dismissive of you. I'm like, hello, that's what it's like being a man. I mean, you wanted to transition to being a man. What did you think being a man was going to be like? Like, I feel like everybody is just like, they don't realize a man's world is a little rougher. And people transition to it and want the same camaraderie which they had like with their girlfriends. And it's like, male friends, we don't communicate the same way. It's a different communication. So now you're having trouble fitting in male circles, but you still see yourself as a male. I don't know. See, yeah, they need to do a little bit more research before they start doing all this stuff and chopping and doing all that. Because she had already got to the point of doing all hormones, chopping her breast off, all that. So, I don't know. Let's see if I can find it. Oh man, what was his name? I wish I would have just saved it at the time, but I can't remember. But basically, he was talking about a cybersecurity program that he had for the shooter. That he just wished that he would have had the time to, get it out ahead of time. Let's see. I don't even know how to search this. I really don't. I'm like, I don't know. Somebody in the chat probably knows exactly what I'm talking about, though. But basically, he was on Fox News, and he started talking about getting this program out that it will go through our social media accounts. And it'll start, reporting people for saying this or saying that. And my problem with this is it's going to be so broad how they put this thing out that it's going to be sweeping in everybody. And I think that's part of the goal. And so with understanding that, it makes me wonder, was this pushed, or were you waiting for one of these things to happen? And it could be either or. It could be you've been just sitting there waiting for the next situation to happen so you can jump on it. Now, sometimes it could be just on a cash grab kind of thing. Sometimes it could be because you have even deeper nefarious plans. I don't know. But I don't know, it just seemed a little convenient how this guy was just, hey, well, if we would have had my thing, and I would, if it was up to me, we would have had this thing up and running a week ago. And I gotta find that. I gotta find that video, because when he said that, it was just a little too crazy. Yes, and he did change his name. What was his name? Robert before, to Robin afterwards.
To Robin, yeah, Robert to Robin, and that's another thing. Y'all don't ever come up with no good ass names. If y'all gonna change your whole body, change the name to. Don't get no shit close to your old shit. I'm just saying, if I was ever to be trans, y'all niggas would never find my old life. I'm just saying, y'all wouldn't even be able to find the old baby picture of my black ass. I promise you. If I wouldn't be changing and be able to go from Teal to Tyrone. That's too fucking close. Teal to Tyler? No, bitch.
Yeah.
My name, I'd name my shit some wild Elon Musk kid name type shit. If I'm changing and chopping and moving and shaking and shit, completely different person. Call me apostrophe, bitch.
Be like Purple Clouds and Lightning.
Hey, long ass name. Give me an indigenous name. I need some long shit that's a whole sentence that you gotta say the whole bitch. By the time you finish my name, I already done walked off on you. Ain't that purple beautiful butterfly that run by the river up on the mountain sky with the sheeps? Already gone. That's my new name. Fucking Robin.
It'd be like the pebble that floats in the clouds. Be like, what?
What? Exactly, bitch.
Yeah, that's
Raindrop.
the
Ain't there raindrops on your cheek after watching the rainbow and kissing babies?
It's just like it was one actress I remember back in the day. I was like, I was watching this one show and I was looking her up. I was like, wonder what other stuff she's in after it get canceled. And I found out her name. Her name is Moon Bloodgood.
Yes. What? Give me the motherfucking vampire name out this bitch. What? Y'all would have to call me Van Helsing Bloodcup. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck a buttercup, bitch. I'm Bloodcup.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. But says y'all gonna tell me Ricky Tiki Timbo. What?
Not Ricky Tiki Tabby. Oh, I'm sick. You know about Ricky Tiki Tabby, the mongoose that can beat up the King Cobra?
Oh, I don't, but that's a hilarious name there.
Yeah, Ricky Tiki
That's
Timbo.
Rob Zombie's wife.
That's her name, Ricky Tiki Timbo. She got it from Ricky Tiki Tabby, which is the mongoose that killed the whole.
I gotta look that up. Ricky Tiki. Timbo. What the hell? That's a real person's name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I keep seeing like t-shirts in a book.
I'll be right back, y'all.
All right. Yeah, I keep seeing t-shirts in a book. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about that, but that just sounded wild. But it's kind of funny. I guess this will transition in to the next story that I kind of wanted to talk about. Riki Tiki Timbo is a book. Yeah. I don't know what that's about. More by the author, The Funny Little Woman, Arlene Moselle is the author. Okay. Wait a minute. Is it culturally appropriate? What is this book about? What is this book about? Huh? What kind of madness are you bringing to us, Yonina? Cultural activists and Chinese citizens criticized the book for reinforcing the stereotype that Asian names sound like nonsense syllables, especially as the name of the title character is nothing like actual Chinese. Oh, got it. Got it. And let's see, the lady who wrote this is, I don't know, why come Wikipedia is not doing like it used to. It used to like give you a whole lot more details on these people's background. Now I guess it's on to me, like digging and researching these people out. But let's pull up. Oh yeah, I guess you know what I'm looking for. But let's see, where is it? But I already kind of breached the subject of replacement theology, right? And so I wanted to pull up a couple things. And so when looking for population decline by country, here's the overview. Countries with significant population declines include Ukraine, China, Japan, Italy, and several European nations like Bulgaria, Lithuania, and Greece. Reasons for population decline vary. Encompassing war, political instability, lower birth rates due to demographic transition, and aging populations and immigration. While some regions, like sub-Saharan Africa, have high fertility rates, a declining global total fertility rate is driving the long-term trend towards population stabilization and decline in many countries, particularly in Europe. This leads to some of the white replacement ideology. Examples of countries with declining populations: Ukraine experiencing large decline due to war. And it's not just that. They're getting obliterated in war. That's why, let's be honest. And when people talk about that they want to keep sending more and more weapons to Ukraine, what you're doing is you're working towards the annihilation of that country. And you have to ask yourself, is this for Ukraine, or are you trying to help Ukraine, or are you just more worried about trying to attack Russia? Because it seems like you're more worried about the attacking and weakening of Russia over the future life of the people there and that country, because it's only going to keep getting worse unless the European countries full on get involved in that and start to turn this into a much larger war, which I do not think is a good idea, because then you're going to have Russia mounting their full army and fighting. I'm just saying, it leads to a bad, dark place if you start wanting to push this further. Sometimes you got to understand, if you get hit in the mouth, you can end with, I just got hit in that mouth. Or there's also the possibility you can lose and get completely stomped out and lose all your teeth. Sometimes you have to know, when you're at the table gambling, when to cut your losses. And Ukraine is long past that point. and they're getting to a point where, okay, if you keep on gambling at the table, you're gonna lose your house too. And you have America and these Western allies who are basically like, yo, keep on doing it. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're not going to lose your house. You're not going to lose your house at all. Don't worry. You're going to get a bigger house. Just keep gambling. Keep gambling against the house. And so that's what I'll say on that. But anyway, back to it. Says Japan facing population decline due to an aging population. And I would also say not only aging population, I would say cultural norms include into that. And we'll go in deeper into that, but let me finish reading this. China's population has peaked and is now declining. So China already has a huge population and they're starting to decline, which may be a good thing for China to decline just a little bit. Although it's still issues with that, but I don't feel like China is in any kind of dire straits. Things might get dramatically changed on how that country goes, but they're all right for right now. European countries, many European countries, including Bulgaria, Latvia, Lithuania, Croatia, Moldova, Greece, and San Marino, are experiencing relative population decline. And a lot of their population decline is, I would say, having to do with people moving out of those areas. And I think this started all the way back with Bosnia and Croatia. That led to a lot of that. Greece, I think it has to do more with their economy. And also they have an older population. So that's probably a part of it. Let's see. All right, so let me pull up this one right here. In 2023, Ukraine was the country losing population the fastest as the Russian invasion is driving its citizens from their homeland in scores. Conflict can be a powerful force and in changing a nation's demographics by creating refugees, but also casualties, which it's possible that Ukraine is looking at somewhere around 1 million who have died. That can definitely affect your population quite a bit, especially when you're not a massive a country with massive numbers. I mean, think about it. Let's see, what is the population of Ukraine? Let's see, because I want to say the population of Ukraine, I think, was around like 30 million. Could be way off, but let's see. Population of Ukraine. That's right. Okay, a little bit off, but not far. I said 30, it's 37 million. So let's just round it up. Let's say 40 million. This was 2024. So let's say 2023 before that would have been, let's say it was at 40 million. 1 million of 40 million is a nice little chunk of the population. I mean, imagine if the United States was just at anywhere from 330 to 350 million. Imagine if we lost like 6 million people, like within the course of a couple of years. That would be massive, and it would have reverberations throughout our economy. I mean, granted, that kind of is something that the Trump administration is trying to do with the deportations, which I don't think is possible. But let's say that they did do it. You would definitely have massive ripple effects throughout the economy. Now, I feel like it could be fixed with maybe automation.
What do you mean by automation?
I'm talking about for some of those different fields. If you did, I said, if you had United States lose a couple million people, okay, you could fix some of the landscaping stuff with automation. Some of the construction stuff can be helped with automation. What else? Like some of the field stuff, planting and picking, some of that can be done with automation. But it wouldn't fix the problem totally. I'm just saying that that's a possibility. Now, I don't think that's the way that they're going to go, because what I do believe about going to automation, it's going to seem cheap at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It seems cheap overall, but once you put in the R&D and how much it's going to cost to fix it, imagine what happens when your machines go down and trying to get it fixed, and what happens when getting it fixed. That could cost you so much money with it being down. And I think that's going to be the problem that's going to really make AI not as, in many fields, it's not going to make it something that's going to be very appetizing, or it's going to be, I think that'll be something that's going to make it fail. You have some of these industries that you put them down for like 4 days, that can be massive. That could end the company, some of these. And I think that's what will happen with AI. And some people will be like, yeah, I know I got old girl who calls out all the time. I know I got Johnny who likes to hide around the back and don't do his work half the time. But I'd rather have employees that at least I can, as a manager, go in and make sure they do the job if I watch them, than have to worry about if this machine is going to be working or not, and the maintenance and all that stuff to deal with it.
And then you got to hire somebody for the maintenance. And are we going to have people able to do that? Because keep in mind, we're still working with the population of the No Child Left Behind crew.
Yep. And then imagine somebody getting harmed from those machines. Now you have lawsuits.
I just made the joke yesterday to my niece, because in my family, you know what I'm saying, my fams and shit, they be joking on the fact that their kid, you know what I'm saying, they be like, oh, we got child labor, you know what I'm saying? And I joked yesterday, and I said, yeah, you better be lucky you ain't working in the indigo factory, bitch.
Yeah.
And she said, what? And I showed her a video. I said, this is what kids are doing overseas in indigo. I said, they don't even live past 60, girl.
Oh, did you show that one video that I was showing?
Hell yeah.
That's
dark. Let me scar a child and never buy Levi's again.
That shit is dark. That video.
Let me show you how you should never buy jeans. Like, god damn. But that's the point I'm like trying to get to be made, is the fact that like, who is gonna really work these jobs? Y'all gotta find people that are educated enough to function for the machines, to function to do the job, instead of just having, not to be a dick or nothing, but just having a lower level human being able to do it. So now that's the job that y'all worried about. You're like, the machines are taking our job. Yes, they are. Yeah, they are.
I kind of want to show them a little, because I went into the, because the machine stuff started, I was talking about the population stuff.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
So I kind of want, should I show them a little bit of that video that I sent you?
Yeah.
Because the video wild, ain't it?
Huh? The video is crazy as a bitch. I'm like, y'all probably think we just smoking. We just blowing smoke up your ass and shit. No, we are worried. Seriously worried. Like, it's been stressing. I shouldn't say it's been stressing me, but it has put more pressure on the fact that I got to at least have one kid, Marcus. I got to have one. Because at least I know for a fact my kid ain't going to be out here not being a decent human.
But you got to remember also, I don't know if it's right for me to say it this way, but
say it.
But it's not the melanated people who really having the problem here.
I know, but that just lets me know that at least we gonna be all right, in the words of Kendrick Lamar.
I'm not even trying to be, I'm not even trying to be racial. I'm just being factual and looking at it. I mean, even in the overview that I brought up to read, it showed sub-Saharan has high fertility rates. So it's not Black people who having a problem having kids, not Hispanic people having a problem having kids, not Arab people having a problem having kids.
It's the Caucasus Mountains. Oh, speaking of, before we part ways on that one, wrapping up one last topic point in reference to that shooter. Mm-hmm. I don't like how they always got something to say about the Arabs. Talk about them apple juices, man. Talk about.
Well, he did put that in his thing. He put that in there. He said,
"Oh, he did."
Not that I'm racist, but if there was a group I wanted to go after, it would be the apple juices.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Don't be putting my brown brothers and sisters in the mix of your foolish white people shit.
Because he started going into these are the people who he felt like were a big part of the problem, and that's the reason why I was trying to look for that cyber thing, because I'm like, did y'all slide that into the manifesto so that you can make this anti-Semitism thing?
I do believe that though.
That's what I'm like. I don't know how much of this is I don't know how much of this is okay. This person had a mental snap and this is what they did, or to how much of this was manufactured by feeding stuff into a person, and then how much of this was okay. This person is just a fragile person who did this, and we're just taking advantage of. Like I heard that they were saying in DC all the time, never let a good tragedy go to waste. And so it makes me wonder if somebody's just not that kind of evil that they were waiting on something like that so that they can jump on the bandwagon and use it. Said too, Sydney Sweeney would like your location. What does that mean? I did not get that comment.
What did he say?
Says Sydney Sweeney would like your location.
Sydney Sweeney. I don't know who that person is. Tell them if they don't know where I'm at, suck my dick. I don't know who that is.
That's the white girl who was getting all the attention about the jeans ad.
Oh, ha. Good job. Okay, yo, Nina. Good job. That was a good one.
I don't know. I still missed it.
She was doing the jean ad. We need to take her ass to the Indigo Factory. So we can boycott Levi. And she's gonna be mad at me for telling people to boycott Levi. You funny, yo, Nina. You funny. I like that one. That was a good joke. Layers.
Or I was thinking, was that a shot about her talking about having good genes and white people having low fertility rates?
All of them.
Thing? I don't know. I was like, what way?
Layers, bro. Joke? Yo, Nina got a layered ass joke. Look at the layers on that joke, boy.
I don't know. I do not know
from one comedian to another. Good layers, yo, Nina. Goddamn right. Damn. Jeans and jeans. Just change the letter.
Yeah, because that's what they did in the commercial.
Yes, I like that. Damn, yo, Nina on point today. Go ahead, boo. Keep commenting in the chat. But yeah, for the white people that's kind of scared about y'all population going down, I don't know what to tell you, baby.
Well, that's what you remember that in 2016 with the Tiki Torch rally? Remember what they were saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so they were talking about being replaced. And I remember doing an interview. I did an interview with the guy, and I can't remember, but I did an interview with a guy who did a really good video about white replacement theory and all that. And like even, I forgot about that.
You bringing up, oh shit, Giuliani got into a bad car accident, y'all. He ain't dead though, because evil don't die.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you see this? This is what, let me put this on the screen. This is what Elon Musk just tweeted out not that long ago. I think it was yesterday or something. I was like, how ironic. While I'm covering this is what he decides to post. You see this?
Look at that. Look what's doing good. Look, I'm sorry. That's just wild. It was like, and look at the black people, look at the brown people, then look at the white people. White people conquered most of this world, but they finna die on the land that they stole. Ooh, shit. Somebody write that down. That sounded great. That's gonna be my political slogan when I run for president in 2 years. That's gonna be white people, y'all conquered most of this globe, but y'all gonna die on the soul that y'all stole. I swear to God. Cause look at that shit. Every little pocket that y'all took Christopher Columbus old punk ass at. Look at it. Look at it. Trash. All that work for nothing. How you make you feel? God damn. All that raping and pillaging for nothing.
And Pink is 1 to 1.9, which you basically need to be at 2. You need to be at 2 for replacement population.
You can't even make it to 2 whole babies. Y'all can't even. God damn. And you know me, I'm gonna stand 10 toes on die on this hill. It's the food.
Well, I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination, but yeah, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? It's the food. It's what they put in our food. So I was washing my clothes today, and I looked at one of my favorite dresses that I wear to work. Mm-hmm. It literally said, made from old plastic bottles.
What?
Yeah, made out of plastic, recycled plastic bottles. So I'm literally walking in microplastics. One of my favorite dresses I just fucking bought is a microplastic. Like, yeah, it was bars, Rondo. That shit was bars. It's a microplastic death trap. Most of my clothes are microplastic death trap that I wear to like my business clothes and shit. Mm-hmm. Insane. So that's one thing. So is that the population, the fact that Aquanet in the 80s put a hole in the ozone layer, you know, the food that they give us, you know, the fact that they've taken fiber out of so many items, y'all don't even know it yet. And the fact that you really only need 15 grams of fiber, you really just need like 2 spoonfuls of grape nuts and you should be good, you know? But like, y'all get medicated for things that could be changed in y'all diet. Niggas ain't exercising like they used to. And I ain't even talking about just going to the gym. I'm talking about, you don't even see, when's the last time y'all really seen niggas running and they ain't in a run club? That's the point I just wanted to make. When's the last time you just seen people just doing outdoor good shit and they're not in a club, they're not congregated with other motherfuckers, just doing their own shit? Besides Marcus, because Marcus be calling in and he be on his walks. But like, it's just a lack of. And
I guess I'm in a walk community. Like maybe it's people exercising where I'm at.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about straight up 15, 20 people on a run club type vibe. You don't ever just see 2 homies outside taking a stroll for real. Not like talking about.
I think here also it's more prescient because you have to get around so much through car and everything is car, and there's so many people who have sedentary jobs that they get off. They're like, yo, I know I need to go do some walking because I've been sitting in a car all the way over there, get to a job, sit there all day long, sit in a car, then get some fast food. Yeah, my ass needs to go walk. So,
and it is nylon and polyester, Rondo. I see you down there.
Mm-hmm.
Your clothes is killing you. Your food is killing you. Your baby mama getting on your nerves, killing you.
Well, I think also that's one side of it. But that's right. Let me go ahead and play some of that video.
Uh-huh.
Let me play some of that video.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Taking it back.
Bro, I was about to say, y'all don't even know about that. Bush's Beans used to have good commercials. Hey, speaking of Bush's Beans and racist companies taking their racism away, didn't I tell y'all we needed hard R barbecue? I've been throwing it out there for years. I told y'all I like Cracker Barrel because they put the hard R in racism. Now they taking it away.
But you know why though, right?
No.
Because somebody made a real good point. And I can't stand the person who's covering it, but hey, when you're right, you're right. It was Kyle Kalinske was covering it, and he basically broke down. He was like, well, if you look at the buildings, the reason why they're doing this is all about capitalism. This is not like a lot of people thought, oh, it's because they're trying to be woke and all that. Not what they're doing. Because if you look at the building, they've even changed the building. Think about it. McDonald's. How has McDonald's changed?
Oh my God, you're right. Look at our.
Now they got these boxy ass buildings. Think of a Pizza Hut now.
Oh, I remember when they did that. That shit was terrible.
Yeah, think all of these buildings have all gotten like kind of boxy and more like this postmodern style. And the reason why is, say for instance, that McDonald's, which was franchised, goes out of business. how do I sell this to the next company with it looking like a McDonald's?
Mm.
And
Now it can be turned into a bank.
they're making them all look sanitized, so it's easier to just sell this property and move on. And I was like, that makes a lot of damn sense, because you could just interchange. Like, you take the signs off a lot of these buildings, you can't tell what the hell they are anymore. Back in the day when we were growing up, when you saw a KFC, you could tell it was a KFC. You could tell it was McDonald's. You could tell it was a Wendy's. You could tell this stuff a mile away what exactly the building was. You could tell it was definitely a Pizza Hut because they had that little hut on the top. Now they've gotten rid of that with all these things. They've gotten rid of the little ball, like McDonald's. They've gotten rid of the little ball thing for kids to play in. Why do they do that? Liability, insurance. It's becoming, how can I make this as shareholder friendly as possible? And then another thing, think about it. These ultra rich people, what do their houses normally look like? Damn near like a museum, right? A big boxy ass building that's postmodern. And so that's what they're doing. They're transitioning stuff so that everything can be interchangeable. It can be repurposed. Okay, well, it was a Dunkin' Donuts. If Dunkin' Donuts isn't good, we'll close this thing down and turn to a Starbucks tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
And that's what they're doing. And I think, trust me, they're going to come back around. They're going to change that Cracker Barrel plug hole again. And honestly, I have more of a problem with how they changed the inside of the Cracker Barrel. Have you seen that?
Yeah, they took all the racism away. Like, I know
it doesn't feel old. It don't feel old-timey or country anymore.
No, it looks like I walked into some ugly-ass, hipster-ass restaurant now.
Yeah, it's like a hipster restaurant. Exactly. And I guarantee you, the board executives are like, my buddy over there who runs a whatever, and his all looks sleek. Ugh, I gotta be embarrassed with my little Cracker Barrel. Like, can we clean this up a little? You know how they think.
Can you make this a little less racist?
Well, I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't think they care about the racism part, because corporate America is basically still racist. They just not lowbrow racist, because they'll get rid of the whole eyesore Cracker Barrel, but are they about to start paying their people better? Nope. Are they about to start saying, you know what? I know Tyrone over there, he's been working here for 35 years, and he has been an excellent employee. Are we going to give him a chance at being VP of whatever?
Hell no. We're going to give him a discount on his next meal, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's where because I told you, these companies are still racist. They're just not lowbrow racist. They're probably even the worst level. They're the ones who put in policies like stop and frisk and things like that. They're even worse. They're not your buddy who knows this white guy who cracks all the racist jokes. They're not that. That's harmless. Okay, it might ruffle your feathers and hurt your feelings a little, but the one who's like, yeah, I'm gonna call the police as soon as I see them walking in my neighborhood, that's far more dangerous.
That's crazy. Oh, sorry. We ain't never put this clip up. We keep talking over.
Yeah, keep talking over. We never put it. But that's the real reason why they're doing this. Think about it. The whole Bud Light thing too. Everybody thought it's because they're going woke. No, they thought they can keep their regular audience, which was the beer drinking guys who shows up at the pool hall or at the bar every weekend, and they thought that they could sell it over here at the trans bar, at the gay club. They thought they can, since we already got this audience locked, let's see if we can pull in this other audience too. And then the audience who's locked, it was like, whoa, wait. I'm not about to be with this Mulvaney, this Dylan Mulvaney shit. And they're like, all right, we don't want to piss off, what we got in our hand. It's kind of like the dude who got a side chick, and he trying to get another side chick. He's like, all right, let me stop that. I don't want to fuck up another side chick over here. That's all it is. What's up, Dingo?
Dingo ate my baby.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I tell people, never get it twisted. The racism was never the problem for them. They don't care about the racism. It's lowbrow. It's low class. That's what it's about for them. Because they see themselves as the precipice of class. When it just embarrasses them when they got to show up to these rich meetings with, the Parker and Sullivan and shit like that, and they be like, yeah, I work for Cracker Barrel. That's what it is. Here it is. Oh, I guess I didn't pull it all the way up, but here it goes. All right, so, and it's called Baby Bus, Why Conservatives Are Obsessed with Birth Rates Now.
Organization is not to convince people who have no kids to have 2 kids or 1 kid. It's to convince people who have 4 kids and to make it easier for people who have 4 kids to have 9 kids if they want.
This is Malcolm Collins. Malcolm capitalists based in Pennsylvania. Earlier this year, they welcomed their amazingly named 4th child, Industry Americas, into the world.
But if a family of 6 sounds like a pretty full house already, they don't plan to stop there.
We're going to have more than 7 if we can. Basically, until my uterus is forcibly removed in a botched surgery, I'm going to keep going.
If you keep even vaguely up to date on the news, you've likely seen the Collinses about before. They've been interviewed a lot over the past few years. In newspapers, on podcasts, on TV.
And that's because the Collinses aren't just planning.
They're the leading lights of a niche yet vociferous movement, which they call pronatalism.
So the Pronatalist Foundation, which we run, says no matter what, we are going to have demographic collapse in the developed world, and it will wreak havoc on the economy. Our goal as an organization is to preserve as much of our existing human diversity as possible into the future.
Their core belief is that the greatest threat currently facing humanity is not climate change, inequality, zoonotic disease, or any of the usual concerns you might hear raised about our crisis-stricken world, but instead declining birth rates.
It's so much worse than people think. So if you look at the United States, if you assume 1 generation every 30 years, for every 100 Americans, there's only going to be around 4.3 great-grandchildren.
The Collinses aren't alone in harboring this fear that humanity might be on the brink of dying out.
Pronatalism has become a highly fashionable thought trend in Silicon Valley.
Elon Musk has repeatedly stated that what he calls population, a position which appears to have factored into his own decision to have fathered 12 children at the time of recording.
From there, the belief that we urgently need to boost birth rates has become a recurring theme, both in the contrarian podcast sphere and in formal conservative politics at the very highest levels.
We don't have enough families and children to continue.
Liberal individualism has completely failed to deliver, and that is babies.
We want to produce babies in this country, right? We want to produce babies.
When I first started making this video, I was pretty skeptical of this whole population collapse thesis. Given the rogues gallery of populists and reactionaries that become the leading lights of the pronatalism movement, it's easy to push it aside as just another conspiracy theory. The latest installment in the franchise which brought us vaccine passports, 15-minute cities, and they're eating the dogs.
They're eating the dogs.
The more time I was digging around this topic, however, the clearer it seems that declining birth rates really are about countries. Probably the country that you're watching this from right now.
There are a few questions that I want to try and answer over the next however many minutes then. Firstly, how bad really is the decline in birth rates which the pronatalists are so incensed by? Secondly, why are they so interested in this crisis over the many other challenges the world is presently facing? And thirdly, does the pronatalism movement actually have any useful answers to the world's baby drought? Or are the real solutions ones which the Collinses, Musk, Trump and their allies would be unlikely to find so appealing? Any discussion of modern day concerns about birth rates has to start with this book. This is The Population Bomb by Paul Ehrlich. Published in 1968, Ehrlich's book makes exactly the opposite argument to that of today's pronatalists. Rather than population collapse, it warns of a rapidly approaching future in which more human beings alive on planet Earth than planet Earth can adequately sustain.
The main premise is that there's 3.6 billion people in the world today, and we're adding about 70 million a year, and that's too many. It's too many because we are getting desperately short of food, that we're very much short of other resources, and that above all, the very delicate life support system of the planet, the things that supply us with all of our food, ultimately with all of our oxygen, with all of our waste disposal, are now severely threatened.
What the population bomb does share with today's pronatalists is an unapologetic alarmism. At its heart is the observation that what Ehrlich calls the doubling time of the human population has been exponentially decreasing throughout history. Prior to 1650, he estimates the global population doubled around once every 1,000 years. Then, in the 200 years between 1650 and 1850, it doubled again. Then again in the 80 years following that. By the time the population bomb was published, that doubling time had dropped to just 35 years. The challenges which might come with such it might be relatively easy to double the global population in 35 years, but it's much harder to increase the size of the global food industry at the rate required to feed all those extra people. Can you build enough houses for them? Enough transport? Educate them all? Can the environment take the extra stress they'll place on the planet? Ehrlich's answer is an emphatic no. He went on to argue many children.
The only hope that there is that we will be able, at least in the United States, through the political process, to get a government that's courageous enough to say, look, we're overpopulated, we have to have population control and start moving in that direction.
This concern that the size of the global population might one day overwhelm the resources available to feed everyone wasn't entirely new. The population bomb is effectively a modernizing adaptation of an 1803 pamphlet by Thomas Malthus, which simply predicted that overpopulation would one day lead to famine and war. Nevertheless, Ehrlich's book was a sensation. It sold more than 2 million copies, led to its author becoming a regular guest on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and firmly lodged this concern about population growth in the popular imagination. Until their global population, they were almost certainly going to argue that there was simply too many of us. Ehrlich's wish for population control even came true in at least one case in the form of China's infamous one-child policy, which punished families who had more than one baby. There was just one problem with Ehrlich's thesis. Even by the time the population bomb was published, global birth rates had actually started to decline. And over the next 50 years, they would steadily reach a point where the world's population was not about to catastrophically explode, but in many countries was actually starting to decline. In short then, the basic phenomenon that the Collinses, Elon Musk, J.D. Vance and their fellow pronatalists are so concerned by is a very real one. Across much of the world, people are having fewer children than ever before. There are a few key metrics which help us understand how population size changes over time. The first is the total fertility rate. This is the total number of children the average woman in a given country or region will have over the course of her life. At present, for example, the total fertility rate in Egypt is 2.8, which means that, as things stand, the average Egyptian woman either has or is on her way to having to
Egypt or any other country is going to rise or fall over time, then we need to compare that figure to another metric called replacement level fertility.
This refers to the number of babies that each woman in a given country or region would need to have for the size of that population to remain stable once that woman and everyone else in her generation passes away. In most countries today, that figure is around 2.1. The complete two children here but effectively served to replace the two parents who produced them when those parents died, whilst the 0.1 of a child accounts for the fact that, sadly, not all children will survive into adulthood to produce more children of their own.
Broadly speaking, if a population has a total fertility rate of more than 2.1, it will grow.
Each cohort of parents will produce more children when they die.
If that population's total fertility rate drops below 2.1, then it will decline.
Each cohort of parents fails to have enough children to replace themselves when they pass away.
Okay, where does this one actually go? It was here. Of course, within a certain country, this rise or fall can be either exacerbated or alleviated by migration, as people either flock to or flee from a certain place.
Nevertheless, if we look at this chart recording shifts in the global total fertility rate from 1950 to 2023, we see that from a peak of 5.3 in 1963, that figure has been trending 2.3 children per woman. And that downward trend only needs to continue a very, very tiny amount more before the global population begins to shrink. At present, this is exactly what demographers expect is going to happen. The United Nations currently predicts that the global population will peak sometime in the mid-2080s, at which point declining fertility rates will launch us into a new...
All right, so let me stop it there. I went into, so let's go back. So I know that seems a little much, but this is a real fear amongst a lot of people, and I get the feeling that like right now it might not seem like it's going to be a problem. Right now it doesn't seem like something to worry about, but it is something that over the years, now maybe not for us directly, for it to be a concern, but if you have kids, if you have nieces, nephews, this is going to be something they're going to be dealing with in another 20, 30 years. Who knows what problems, but there's so many different things that can happen. Oh, Till, you want to hop in? Your thoughts?
I like how Yonina brought up the fact that like the pollution and like the radiational decay rate is just, Jesus Christ. I be wanting to have a kid, y'all, but then I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to leave this motherfucker to handle with this. And they kids gonna have to handle this. And I was just watching a futuristic movie and I was like, I don't want to live in that time. I don't want to be alive when everything turns industrial again. You know?
Yeah. And the reason why oh, sorry, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I think also what's motivating a lot of this, and I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off and go ahead and say it. I think that because Europeans have went around this world, Indo-Europeans have went around this world, and they've conquered and extracted and taken so much from so many different people and have established stolen properties as their own. As you see right now, when you have the America First movement. And these people are, this is my country. Well, this is land that you've stolen. So if a whole bunch of other people come in, it doesn't look like America anymore. Tough luck. At least like it's being taken away from you by the people who actually owned it before. And they're not killing you for it. You still have an opportunity to survive in that society, even though it's a changed society. Now, what is the problem that you have to worry about? The major problems, because he brought up food. Well, imagine America if, and we're about to start to see this problem with more and more of the baby boomers retiring, as we get to the point where all the baby boomers are retiring, we don't have as many young people who are able to put into Social Security and all those things like that. What that means is either they're going to start raising the ages on Social Security retirement, or there's going to have to be more money coming out of our pockets. With inflation already and things getting more and more expensive, that's going to leave things in a dire situation. And as more people have to pay out money in those different ways, there's going to be less money going to other things like movies, entertainment, amusement parks, all those things like that. Those are going to be subculture economic things that you will start to see a form of collapse. You will start to see more and more restaurants go out of business. You will see more and more mom and pop stores go out of business. You will start to see that residual effect of all of those different things start to happen over time. And that is where some of the fear comes in, because as those things start to happen, inevitably, as things get worse, crime rates go up. So that's a big part of why to worry about it. Let's see, Dingo says, yes, Marcus, you stabilize child birth rates. Industrial and infrastructure development helps lower birth rates. I feel like part of it, at least in America, and in the first world in general, the birth rates would have to go down, because as we went from an agricultural society, you don't have, husband and wife having 8 kids anymore to maintain the farm. You don't need that, because now they went to factory farms. A lot more of this stuff is done automated. It's done in a different way than, getting you and your whole family out there to go work the farms and all the things that go along with that. That said, as people start moving away from the farms, they start having less kids. That's where the first tick down started to happen, which that should be expected. Well, in America, I feel other factors are happening that since things are getting more and more expensive, you have less people deciding to have kids. And one of the biggest way you can see that is home ownership rate is also declining at a faster rate than it's ever done. As you have less people feeling like they can buy a home, I guarantee you less people are going to feel like they can have a kid. So that's a couple of my thoughts.
I'm here.
I don't know, because you know I can rant and rave on this, so I don't want to feel like I'm just
Well, what's stopping
over.
white people from having kids? I mean, y'all took over the world and shit. Y'all got the most people in tech and this and the third. What's the issue? Why, Elon Musk did his due diligence. He done popped out, 6, 14, some shit like that.
Well, the problem. Mm-hmm.
But then again, you look at our community. We got NBA YoungBoy with 13. We got Nick Cannon with 13, and you know what I'm saying. But then again, also look at Nick Cannon. He out here having babies with mixed. You know what I'm saying? He having mixed babies. They don't count. They consider that one drop rule for us still. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when you say they don't count which way?
White people.
Towards black or towards, oh yeah.
That one drop rule fucked y'all up. That's what you get from minding the business that don't pay y'all. Y'all done made rules that fucked up your population. Well,
that's one thing which they found throughout European countries, and including like Europeans of America, like literal fertility rates are, when you compare it 1 to 1. There's even people who are trying to have kids, they're finding that their ability to have kids is decreasing. And I would say some of that is from the pollutants that are in the air, pollutants in the water, the microplastics. I would say it's from a multitude of different reasons, and it comes honestly from the society that we've created. Well, and when I say created, I'm talking about the powers that be, not me. The society that's been created has become profitable for a lot of people, but toxic for a lot of people at the same time. And I think it's lowering those birth rates. These people who are going into these coal mines and stuff can't tell me that stuff doesn't have an effect on people. I mean, so I think that's some of it. Another thing is, in the white community, you have a high suicide rate. You have high suicide rate. You have high drug usage rate. And so if you got suicide, you got you got you got drug addiction problems. You have all the microplastics and environmental problems going on, and then factor in more interracial marriages. That leads away from white fertility. You get what I'm saying? And so you factor all of those things in, and I feel like as far as the environmental things across all the so-called capitalist countries, I believe you're going to have all of that, because we're all getting the microplastics, we're all getting the red dye 40 and the yellow dye, whatever the hell it is, yellow dye 15 or something like that. We're all getting the crap that's been put into the air. We're all getting the stuff that's being pumped into our water. We're all different people living up under these cell towers and getting cancers, and Bayer and Monsanto pumping shit into our water. We're all getting all of these things. And so that's in one respect where we're losing it. And then you factor in the economy and quality of living. People are looking at all this crappy stuff around them. I mean, and there's a big chunk. I know everybody doesn't necessarily believe in this, but climate change. There's a big chunk of people who are like, why would I want to have kids if I felt like the country is going to the world is going to destroy itself? So all of those things factor in. Uh-oh, I'm choppy. My bad.
Cracker side, genocide, cracker side.
You hear me? Are you hearing me okay?
I hear you okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm on cracker side. That was instead of genocide, it's cracker side.
Yeah, Charmonique, let me know if I still sound choppy. But I think the reason why it's more of a concern is if you as a whole, as a people, have been doing a lot of dirt, and now you're not going to have the numbers you're used to having to back you up. I think that breeds a little fear. I don't know. What's your thoughts, Steele?
I mean, shit. I'm out of the business that pays me. I'm trying to catch up and have we won. I'm just trying to add. I'm just trying to put a coin in the black deposit box. At the end of the day, is it mine? Hold on, Dominique. Is it my voice being choppy? Because I do have my headphones on. Can you hear me, Marcus?
I hear you perfectly fine, and I don't have any headphones.
Digo ate a baby. Said we chop suey up this bitch.
I
It's
don't
the
know.
fucking feds.
It's the feds.
Like,
I'm gonna come back.
in my signal, it's not showing me no flicker on my signal at all.
You don't sound choppy to me, but
That's the thing. I hear you perfectly fine.
yeah, it's the feds. They okay with us talking to each other. We can't be talking to other people.
Let me try something. Yeah, Dingo's saying both of us. So, well, here, let me try something real quick. Both your audio is choppy. The crowd down below is jerky, so it's the damn StreamYard bullshit.
Great. Cool.
I don't know. Eventually, we might have to try to figure moving from StreamYard. Maybe that might fix some things. Because, yeah, if everybody's saying that's what it is, then that's what it is. Because it's weird. I have no signal problems. In fact, I'm going to do a quick test of my signal just to see. I don't know, but I guess let them know some of your, any kind of
I'm putting babies. I'm gonna have my one baby, and I'm putting it into my goddamn black baby jar, and that's it. I'm only minding the business that helps black people right now. I'm sorry, white people. Y'all got a short end of the stick. Let's go round. Do it right next time. I don't know what else to tell y'all, but I'm finna go have me a nice little chocolate drop, and I'm gonna go about my business. I'm gonna add to my population. I can only focus on that one. Maybe I might find me a ginger and let my baby check off the white box. I don't know yet, but I know I'm gonna have my one black baby and call it a day. Cause I don't know what to tell you. Now the pollution aspect of things, my baby's gonna grow up in a bubble? Maybe. Ooh. Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Marcus is a little choppy. I look like a little choppy.
No, now I see. Now my signal is dropped down to like 1.
I noticed it. They do be going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, I'm seeing everything. Your connection is fast. No problem.
Is it still choppy? Look, is it
But
choppy
I'm
on
here.
YouTube too? Hold on.
Okay, let me put it on. Let me mute real quick, and I'm gonna go. I guess talk in the meantime so I can be able to test.
Okay. So yeah, T gonna go out here, have her one black baby, and call it a day. That's all. And I'm sorry. Yeah, I noticed Marcus was pixelated as hell. See, that's the shit that I'm talking about. Like, just let us have our time, bro. We ain't even gonna be up here talking. We ain't even gonna take that much of your time. We just want to talk some shit. Maybe a couple of laughs here and there. Well, chat, what do y'all feel, you know what I'm saying, should happen in reference to trying to change this population decline for Caucasus Mountain inhabitants? By the way, shout out everybody. Chamonix, Dingo ate my baby, John H, Chris H, Yo Nina, Rondo, Extra Bulla, saw you in here, Tom, saw you in here. Trying to think if there's anybody else that I missed. Anybody that I missed, please chime in and let me know if I missed you or something. See, I was gonna let him get out the studio and come back in first, and then I was gonna try to pop out and pop back in my damn self.
Yeah, I heard it. It's a little choppy. I mean, you can still hear us and make us out, but yeah, I do hear the choppiness.
Sound like a robot. That I missed, please chime in and let me know if I missed.
So you can hear that?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
See, I was gonna let you get out the studio and come back in.
Why does that FBI agent hate us so much? I don't even be bothering him that much, you know?
Yeah,
By
here,
the way,
so.
I think my FBI agent seen me at the Waffle House in Alabama. This white dude came in the Waffle House by himself, gold watch, gold chain, one cell phone, sat behind me and my brother, ate his Waffle House by himself, came in after us, left before us, okay? Tell me this ain't the FBI agent. Came in after us, left before us, gold chain, gold watch, one cell phone, ate his shit. And when he left before us, I kept joking with my brother. I said, that's the FBI agent that be dropping my calls. So that's the FBI agent. You know what I'm saying? A dingo. Crazy. A dingo made his petition to have my baby. You want to know something crazy? I have more suitors come and want to make the baby with me, but they don't ever want to come pay no bill. Please come pay a bill so at least I know I can call on you if I need some diapers. That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to pay. I ain't even got no mortgage. Ain't like I'm asking you to make rent. Where's the dingo from? Because the way they smoke mulatto.
Australia.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I was about to say, wait a minute. Hey, I ain't even gonna hold you. I might do that, but I gotta have the baby over there so I can get dual citizenship.
Dingo, you still trying to have a kid at this point?
Hey, he said he'll donate it. I need both of that. I need that dual citizenship. So when shit get crazy, I go to Australia with this child.
Oh no, you're American. I might be getting mixed up with somebody then.
You are American? How do you? Who taught you how to spell mulatto like that? Don't put it up there, Marcus. I just want you to look in the chat. Look at mulatto. I like that saying. I like that. That can go up there with like apple juice. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, black conservatives.
Fayetteville. It's close.
Fayetteville, that's not far away at all. I was finna be in Charlotte today. I thought about going to Charlotte today. All right, dingo.
I don't know. Are we still choppy? I went out, so. Yeah, I went out, so hopefully it sounds better.
No, it's not against how you spelled it. I actually like that spelling. I'm gonna start saying it to people too. in that manner. Like I'm gonna spell it. I'm gonna say it how you spelt it, so then people be like, "You mean I say what I said. I say what I said. Mulatto. I like that mulatto. It's better than a African. Damn, can we talk about how sad it is that Bruce Willis don't even know who he is no more?
Yeah, that's messed up. I mean, I guess since it want to be choppy on us, then don't have a whole lot. Then I did want to bring up those preachers. Hopefully, it'll allow me to play this video. But you got to hear this. I mean, I guess I'll do this last thing, and then get ready to get out of here while we can. We've been able to go most of the show before it completely just craps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but if you guys want to check out the rest of that video, look up "Baby Bus: Why Conservatives Are Obsessed with Population." That's the name of it. But where the hell is that? Oh, I didn't even put it up here. Hold on a second. But I guess you can continue to talk about Bruce Willis. I need to put the video up.
Oh, okay. Well, I just recently saw Bruce Willis, and yeah, he's in bad shape. It's really sad because like that man can't talk no more, and it's one of those things like, you know, if something's wrong with your dog, y'all take it to the vet. They give you the good, the bad, and the indifferent. And they let you make a decision, and then you go, you know what? Maybe I do need to put my dog down or whatever have you. I really wish more people did that for humans, because I don't like seeing humans suffer either. Because like, what the hell? What are you talking about? Like, why is this man suffering right now? Yeah, he got moved to a completely different house. You know what I'm saying? He's all by himself. And it's just really sad to watch this man just go down, and like nobody can do anything about it. And it's just like, man, if y'all would take that man out his misery, but they're not gonna do that.
Well, him and Michael J. Fox. I mean,
bro, I hate looking at pictures of Michael J. Fox looking like a deer in the headlights. Like, I really hate how they got him. Every time they're like, "Oh, Mr. Michael J. Fox, picture here." I'm taking pictures of flashing at this nigga. He don't even know where he at right now.
yeah.
It's so sad.
I don't know. I guess it messes me up thinking about the childhood stuff that how I guess nostalgia and it's going away. Like last night, I watched an old movie that I loved as a kid. Some of y'all probably never heard of it. It's called Flight of the Navigator. Great movie if you haven't seen it. So I recommend. Have you seen Flight of the Navigator?
No. I don't think I've seen that at all.
I didn't even know that shit was a Disney movie.
What?
Yeah. Like, yeah, it got a little kid who like disappeared in Florida, and his parents put out missing posters for him. Then he comes back after 8 years, and NASA tries to take him in. And I knew Warren was gonna know it. Man, that movie still stands up today as a decent movie. The special effects aren't even that bad, you know, for considering this movie came out in '86.
That's wild.
Now, what I didn't know is it's supposed to take place in 1978. That part kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, what? And then I didn't realize Sarah Jessica Parker's in there. And the dude from WKRP in Cincinnati. Man, I'm like, yeah, you like, I don't know what the hell you talking about.
No. I'm gonna have to find it and watch it.
These are all 80s shows. All 80s stuff. Oh yeah, it's on. John H says it's on Disney Plus.
Oh well, about to go get me a Disney Plus then.
I think I watched it on Hulu. Yeah. What's the name of that movie? Flight of the Navigator. Fact. Let me show y'all the cover so you know when you see it. It's funny, like he kind of clowned them on some. it shows a difference of generations. Like he was like, yeah, I went to go see my parents. They just took me to go see the Bee Gees a couple months ago, and the girl,
Bee Gees,
she was like, yeah, I went to go see Twisted Sister. He was like, oh really? Is she a good singer? And he's like, those are guys. And I'm like, I don't know. It's funny, but I don't know. It's I don't know. This movie brings back some memories. So this is the movie right here. And this is him in the spaceship. And I didn't realize.
Get the fuck out of here, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Pee Wee Herman plays the voice of the drone ship. Yes. So I don't know. There's your little nostalgia movie. I'm telling you, the graphics did not look too bad for back then. It also shows how reckless parents were to let their kid to go run through the woods at night. But okay, whatever. But anyway, let me drop that one down. Yes, I did hear about Henry Cavill as Highlander. I'm definitely all about that. What? He did? The kid actor was robbed a bank. Hold on.
Yeah. And the plot thickens.
I did not know that.
Disney star gone rogue. This is what happens when you a young Disney star. So you fuck up your brain shit.
I did not know that. I gotta stop everything right now and figure that out. Bank robbery. Holy crap. For the 2016 arrest and subsequent conviction of Joey Kramer. Holy crap. I did not know that shit. Yeah, right here. He looks pretty disheveled. He looks pretty disheveled now. I'm like, but I'm thinking about, I'm like, he can't be much older than I am. The kid from the movie. But yeah, let's see. Cast. Well, somebody else got arrested there too, Pee Wee Herman. Let's not talk about what he got arrested for.
Man, that man, you gotta watch the Pee Wee Herman biopic. There's a Pee Wee Herman biopic out that he did before he died.
Oh, I guess he's got out of jail since then.
Yeah, and it was so good, bro.
No, Pee Wee Herman's dead.
Is he dead? Yeah, Pee Wee Herman's dead, ain't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he did this biopic before he died on HBO. I watched it. And it was so, like, he was in love with this black dude. And, so he was gay. He was in love with a black dude and shit. So it was like for him and his family and like his outside outlook on life, that was like a huge no. And then when he got the Pee Wee Herman show, he was just trying to be a good noodle and shit. And it was just wild. Like the whole goddamn thing was crazy. And it's like, I feel bad for the nigga because like now it kind of looks like what they put on him. I don't know if I can trust it type vibe. Hollywood is nasty.
Yo.
Look at Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X out here getting yoked up by the police, getting charges, and he drugged up. Who drugged him up?
Yo, the kid from Flight of the Navigator, that's not only bank robbery. Y'all undersold it for me. Y'all didn't tell me the whole truth.
What happened?
So it says in 2008 he was prosecuted for careless storage of a firearm and received 3 months probation. Later that year, he was convicted of possession of controlled substance for purpose of trafficking and received a prison sentence of 6 months. On May 1st, 2016, he was arrested in connection with the robbery of Scotty Bank in Sheffield, British Columbia a few days later. On June 8, 2016, he pled guilty to charges of robbing a bank wearing a disguise to commit a crime, fleeing police, and dangerous driving. On October 31st, 2016, he was sentenced to a custodial term of 2 years less a day and well of 2 years of probation conditions, which included attending counseling and residing in a treatment center for narcotics abuse. Wow. 80s was a wild time. Created
no internet back then, boy. No internet.
It created some craziness. He kind of, if you look at him, it still looks like the same kid. I mean, as an adult. But I was like, wow, I did not know that. Yeah, somebody said, "Oh, the Pee Wee playing with his Pee Wee." That's what he got in trouble for.
I know, but you got to watch the biopic and really hear it now, man. Listen, I'm trying to tell you that motherfucking Pee Wee Herman biopic had me in this bitch about crying for his ass.
See, they made a stuffed. I didn't know they had a stuffed animal of the little alien dude. That was the little alien. Little alien.
Motherfucker Robin Banks. Damn, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. He's tall. It said he's 6'3". But yeah, that's interesting. Man, that shit, drug war shit. I don't take it too serious.
Actually, Blue was funny. He was like, well, everybody does that. Wait a minute. Hold up. Why you out here? Look, now we got to start talking to our crew. Like, hey, man.
I mean, but wasn't he at an adult theater anyway? I mean,
he was.
What they doing there?
Was at an adult? Yes, that's the thank you. Because in the biopic, he said, "I thought I was safe," because that's what he like. Come on, bro.
That's what I thought. That people, I don't know. I try to stay away from them. That's I would want to be in there and fluids are flying everywhere. I mean, no. Keep your fluids to yourself.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. We're not going to answer that question, okay? Not answering that question.
Yes, there are. They call them arcades because I accidentally got set up to go to an arcade with a guy that was trying to talk to me. And me, I'm a gamer, so I'm thinking we finna go play some Mortal Kombat, some goddamn some shooter shit. You know what I'm saying? Time Crisis and some shit. No, he took me to an arcade that was on the back side of a strip club, and I was very confused because I was like, when the hell did they bring video games to the strip club? I would have been at the strip club if that's the case. Man, next thing I know, we walk into a room, there's a TV and a glory hole. I had to excuse myself because I was not prepared for that type of date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Told me to meet him over there, and I'm like, bebopping. I'm like, damn, what's going on? What the fuck is happening? Bro, wildest date ever.
Let's see. Oh, that's right. Got to play this wild shit for you. Yeah. Not fluids, yeah. I ain't messing. Sit down in the wrong seat. Sticky stuff already there. You definitely don't want to look at the bottom of your shoes. And I heard them British ones get even crazier. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Good way to end off the show. Something a little funny. Well, funny to me. I mean, I guess everything in here is not funny, but here we go.
Punishments of no food or sleep. That is what's in the indictment of two religious leaders with ties to Tampa Bay and what led FBI raids across several states today. Investigators are calling it a multi-million-dollar conspiracy led by Dave Taylor. He was arrested in North Carolina while Michelle Brannon was arrested at a home in the affluent Avila neighborhood of Tampa. Fox 13's Genevieve Curtis joins us in the newsroom after spending hours combing through the indictment outlining the scheme. Genevieve, what did you find?
Yeah, well, Haley, in the 23-page indictment, it is pretty clear that David Taylor, who calls himself an apostle, modern-day slavery ring across 4 states for 10 years, forcing people to work without pay with severe consequences if they didn't, all while funding an extravagant lifestyle.
It's very surprising to hear that type of thing was going on again right in your backyard. Who would have known?
Early this morning, neighbors in Tampa's affluent Avila community watched stunned as FBI agents descended on this massive mansion. It's one of the homes where authorities say David Taylor and Michelle Brannon ran their multi-state operation, a Force of God Global Church.
Some of you say, I don't have 100,000, but you have 20,000. You have 50,000 here, or you have 10,000.
The FBI raided the church's headquarters in Michigan and a church-owned building in Houston where 17 people were removed, some in handcuffs. A man who works next door says he noticed unusual activity, like people who appear trapped.
I think it's definitely some cold life activities because they said that there was like groups of families in there and not just like individuals.
Federal authorities say victims were trapped. They say Taylor and Brannon used unpaid workers at their 9 call centers, setting unrealistic quotas for donations. And when they failed, workers were subjected to humiliation, sleep deprivation, forced repentance, food restrictions, and physical assaults. The indictment includes not being allowed to sleep or eat until quotas were met. It also says the church claimed donations would go to build water wells in poor communities or support victims of human trafficking. Donors could not have known those forced to make those calls were themselves victims.
You really had every aspect of human trafficking. You had that they couldn't leave, they weren't being paid, they had production goals that they had to meet.
Instead, authorities say the money funded Taylor's extravagant lifestyle, including multiple mansions with pools and even a basketball court. They say the church received about $50 million in donations since 2014, all while the pair controlled nearly every aspect of the workers' lives, cutting them off from their family and forcing them to take contraceptives.
In paragraph 11, a very cryptic reference to women being required to use emergency contraceptives. And that's an indication to me that this indictment may not be complete.
The end food stamps by claiming to be homeless and then turn that money over to Taylor and Brannon.
I hope it's not true, but if it is, he deserves everything he's going to get.
Now, from what we have learned today from federal authorities, it is still unclear how many victims there could be in this case and how many people may have been found in the home in Avila. Any victims of human trafficking would have been taken to St. Joseph's, where a federal command center was set up today. Brannon is said to be back in court in Tampa tomorrow. Reporting live in the newsroom, Genevieve Curtis, Fox 13 News.
All right, Genevieve.
Till, thoughts?
Y'all ain't never grew up in a Pentecostal church before. Y'all ain't been to Bishop T.D. Jakes. Oh shit. I grew up Kojic, and Kojic is low-key, in my opinion. Kojic reminds me a lot of a cult. And so when I hear about pastors just running off with the money, I'm like, oh, serves you right. It is what it is. Because I'm so used to it. I mean, shit, didn't they have an issue with Mr. Marvin Sapp saying, dig into your pockets and give $1,000, and if you ain't got it, we locking the doors. The fuck? That's the same vibe right there. They locking the doors. Like, when Black Lives Matter stole that money, these pastors stealing that money, give me some. Yeah. Watch me start a cult. Give me 2 more years. I'm going to start a cult, y'all. Y'all niggas fall for anything. As long as you put Jesus' name on it, you put God in front of it, oh, y'all fall for it. Not y'all, my group. Motherfuckers will fall for it.
When they was jumping around on the stage, it reminded me of this one clip. It reminded me of this one clip so badly. I was just like, wow. And then you talked about Kojic also.
Yeah. I'm Kojic. I grew up Kojic, bro.
So I'm gonna share this as a good way to wrap up.
Excuse
Get a good laugh on the way out the door.
Oh Lord, that was already a good laugh.
Oh yeah, but even better.
What did you come here for? What did you come down here for? Tell me. To get delivered more. To get delivered. Do you believe the Lord tonight has set you free? Yes, sir. Turn around and tell those people. Tell them, I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men. I like women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman. Now, listen, y'all praise God with it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold just 1 minute. Now, either you gonna believe this stuff, or you ought to stop preaching an unbeliever. Now, somebody believe God with him. Hey! We don't just preach condemnation. We preach reconciliation.
Women.
Yeah, women.
It was the women. It was the women and speaking in tongues. I love that.
Oh boy.
Thank you. It was Marvin Sapp. Thank you. It was Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp was out there saying, "Give me $1,000 or we locking the doors." Crazy shit.
Yeah, he's still gay.
Child.
Still gay though.
Let's hope that our world don't blow up between now and next week, and we can come back and have another show with y'all. Football season did start, y'all. Just want to let you know.
Yeah.
Preseason to start. We gonna change the schedule up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it'll be next show will be Saturday. Next show will be next Saturday. We'll figure out the exact time. What time works best for you, Till?
Man, what's next Saturday? Hold on, because it's still trail ride season for me, boo. So. I don't want you to have to do a show too late on a Saturday, but it is a Saturday.
You gotta remember, it won't be that late for me.
True shit. Okay, Saturday is the 6th. 6, 13, and 20. Shit. Let's do 3 your time, 6 my time. If we ain't got nobody in that slot on the show.
Okay.
Just see who got the later, who's doing the later slot on Saturdays. Because I know Steve be having like the unwanted be doing their shit.
They're
you know what I'm
later
saying?
than that though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's shoot for some around that time.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. So it would be like
Select.
6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. That's actually that's a good time. All right, well, that's it. That's all I have, and hopefully I'll figure out the signal stuff a little bit better. Yeah, regular season starts Thursday night, and we actually play Friday night in Brazil. That's wild. When is a regular season NFL game on a Friday night? Pissing off all the high school kids.
Yeah.
Well, I guess their season probably hasn't started yet.
Nah, high school kids. My high school kids started on the 4th day of school, bro. They can't read books, but they can read plays. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I'm talking about actual game. Their first game probably haven't started yet, though.
Yes, it did. I'm gonna repeat what I just fucking said. School started on the 18th. They had their first game that Thursday. They just had another game this past Friday. School ain't even been open for 2 weeks. These kids can read plays. They cannot read books.
That don't make no damn sense.
I'm trying to that's why when I was stressing it over, like No Child Left Behind fucked up this particular school district. They care about football. What's his name? What the fuck is his name? Jerome Mathis is the head coach. Okay? They don't give a fuck about nothing else but putting these babies in somebody's football program.
I mean, I'm used to like probably like the second week of school. Like Ladarius was talking about, it start Friday back home. I'm used to that because we would start probably like 2 to 3 weeks before school actually started. Because per state law, I think you couldn't go more than, I think it was only 2 weeks. I think you couldn't do more than 2 weeks of like padded practice. So we had like 1 week before that, like we kind of showing up and kind of working out and kind of going over playbook stuff. And then they'll do kind of like getting people into their starting positions and all that and working plays. And then the first game, it's like the second week of school. Yeah, we didn't talk about Rampage Jackson because
what about his son or Rampage himself? What Rampage did?
Well, I mean, his son, how he went into the ring and started wailing on that guy. I feel like
that shit was crazy.
If you want good commentary on that, what I would recommend, out of all the different people I've seen talk about it, Mediocre, what's his name? NTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Review. I would recommend him. NTR, he went in pretty good covering it. And a lot of this breaks down between Rampage and his relationship with his son, Raja. That old school way of how like fathers used to talk to their sons, oh, you being a little punk, you being a little pussy. That mentality, that needs to die. The fathers bullying their kids shit, that needs to be over with. And if somebody's out there listening or come across it, yeah, I'm specifically talking to you on that one.
Oh shit.
Father. Bullying your kid don't make you tough. It makes you a pussy. If you're a grown man and you can't beat a kid, what the fuck is that? That's not tough. You can bully your son.
Talk your shit, Marcus.
Be a father by leadership. Don't be a father by trying to be a bully. And just because you were bullied as a kid, don't mean that makes it all right for you to pass on that same negative behavior.
Who the fuck you think you is? Joe Jackson, bitch? There's only
exactly.
one. You are not Joe Jackson. You are not building the Jackson 5, and you are not the father of Michael Jackson. Go on, move around.
And feeling like a kid needs they need to apologize to me.
Apologize to you. You're the parent, bitch.
I'm sorry. Y'all gonna get me going out.
I'm just saying. And look, on that note, parents that walk around here feeling entitled because they had kids, you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo. Because at no point in time does your child need to apologize unless they crash your car. That's an apology you deserve. But over just the fact that you just their parent and you think that they need to apologize to you just on account of you, move around, bro. Move around. You need to build that bond. You are responsible for continuing that bond. It is a two-way street, but that's your child. Only thing that you should put authority on is love. Authoritize your love.
Yeah. And for those Mudvayne fans, a little news here. You released a new single, Hurt People, Hurt People. Well, when you get to a certain age as an adult, grow the fuck up. Deal with your shit. And I'll leave it at that.
This is the Political Matrix. I'm Talise Martin. No,
you said Liz is a good black woman. You do know Liz isn't black, right? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I bet I said it to her. She'd get offended. She take her little 8%, 10% like to the heart.
Hey, tell Liz, go ahead and get her goddamn a goddamn HBCU scholarship on that shit. Stop playing. Stop playing, Liz. If you up here today, girl, go get your education before Trump really take it all away.
Let's say, yeah. Oh, you need to say, well, she black to us. Well, I'm gonna pass that message on to her. I know that's gonna warm her heart.
Hell yeah! When I finally meet her, I'm gonna say, cousin, just like Tupac did in
Hey,
Poetic
I'm
Justice.
telling you, she be the biggest one out here banging on her people about being racist and shit. So
I know that's right. Get them together, boo.
you be
I
like,
love
you
it.
know how the black people did this and the Haitians did this, and you need to give
I
credit
will
to
never,
the Haitians.
I
Or
will
we
never
really
forget about our conversation,
you need
bro.
to watch your mouth. And oh yeah,
Liz and I had a good conversation on the first time we got on the phone. We was talking our shit, man. She was telling me shit I was fit to tell her.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, sure. Let you know, any Mexicans don't give credit to Gaspar Yanga. She gonna hop in your ass.
Okay. And John, before we leave out, I want you to go look up the Wounded Healer or the Wounded Doctor on YouTube. There's this really, really good video about how wounded people are actually good doctors to others that are going through their shit. Some people are. Some hurt people, but then there's some other people that are wounded healers or wounded physicians where we heal people out of our trauma because we don't want y'all to feel what we felt or feel how we felt. So keep that in mind. Not everybody's out to hurt people. Some of us take that hurt and try to make it so that nobody ever has to feel that type of vibe. But this has been the Political Matrix. I'm your host, Voodoo. This is your host, Marcus Young Morpheus Cage.
Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, hey, that's funny. You're hilarious. We out. Much love.
Marcus does it.
Much love.
Peace, love, and chicken grease. See y'all next week.
There is discrimination in this world, and slavery and slaughter and starvation. Governments repress their people. Millions are trapped in poverty, while the nation grows rich, and wealth is lavished on armaments everywhere. But they are the common works